the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Why did somebody in the DP fam send me Jared's dick? What the fuck?
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode, what is it?
Going live!
1656.
Whoa.
That's a lot of them. And we got Gail Cord-Schuler joining us. Welcome back, Gail.
Yeah. It's always an entertaining session with you guys.
Yes. We always enjoy having you here. Before we went live, we were talking a little bit about Jesus's sex parties. So I do want to touch on that, but before we do that, I got to remind the audience, please like the stream. And if you have any questions for Empress Gail, you can send them through Streamlabs or Super Chats or whatever you got. And, we'll see, she'll answer what she wants to, obviously, but maybe she'll answer your question. So, but okay. Oh, how many years ago was it Jesus having the sex parties?
It was about January 2022 is when he was doing it, yeah.
And
he didn't really do it. He only did it like for a week, I think. And his goal apparently was to land me in bed.
Okay. And so the sex parties, were they at your apartment? Was that when Jesus was living with you? No,
they were on Church of Gail, I believe.
Okay. And were your other men involved in any way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all of them were.
Even Brent?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course Brett was involved. Jesus had butt sex with Brett. Yeah, and Brett's monogamous too, which is kind of ironic. I think Brett was just as shocked as we all were. It's like, huh? What's going on here?
Yeah, when I hear about your men having butt sex, I'm like, do they still have the vagina butts? Because if that's true, then their butts are just modeled after your vagina, right?
You know what? That's a good question. I really don't know. They don't talk about. I haven't been talking too much to them lately, and the only Brent and them have kind of gone silent on me. I think they've got some sort of secret military strategy against the Gail entities, and they can't talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's the latest with the Gail entities? What's going on right now?
Well, the latest I heard from Zach is that the early arrivals have showed up, but there are billions of them that are supposed to land like all at once. And it hasn't happened yet. They've threatened to do that. I think it was January 31st of this year. And it hasn't happened yet. However, I have noticed the attacks against my computer are increasing. And when I go out on my walks, it's been really strange.
Yeah. We saw the video of the woman that got injured. Do you think that was targeted towards you and they hit the woman by mistake?
No.
Okay.
I think the Gail entities were just trying to let me know they were here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's just their way of making a statement. But though I think they might have tried to take that woman out.
It looked like it. She got hit by something. It was dropped from a truck driving down the road, right?
Yeah, that I definitely think the Gail entities were behind that. Yeah. I think they were just, well, you see, if they kill all the humans on this planet, which is their goal, okay, Jesus dies.
Oh.
Yeah, so any of them they can kill, they'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
I
Okay,
think
right.
that's
Yeah,
really disgusting.
we'll find the exact spot where it happened. Oh yeah. I think it's
them
right
up in
here.
the self-service checkout. That's the way I'm going to do it from now on. Yeah. So instead of reloading a card, I'm just
Are
going
you
to...
leaving Walmart or something like that?
I was getting ready to take the bus to go home from Walmart.
Okay, all right.
I was actually sitting at a bus stop.
Okay.
And this lady, I think, was also trying to catch a bus, maybe to go to the downtown transfer center. And she got attacked at waiting at the bus stop. It's like, I think the Gail entities are just trying to make me feel very unsafe.
I think
Yeah.
if did you let anyone involved in this accident know that you had this footage here?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because
just buy new ones.
you might have the only evidence that this woman was injured
Yeah,
here.
that's what I'm going to do for online orders. Because for
Yeah.
online orders, you can use more than one. Oh my
guess
God.
if they needed, my husband Brent could give it to them.
Yeah. Right here.
Oh my God. Oh no.
That is crazy.
Oh no, that lady got hit. Brent, go help her. Oh no. Healing.
Maybe I caught that on camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Keith.
Oh, you might recognize this person, Keith Dickens. I remember you made a video about him. You said he might be retarded.
Oh,
Yeah, he just gifted a bunch of so there's gonna be an image of me giggling for like the next 30 seconds. Yeah, Keith Dickens is watching right now.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you have your chat up?
I do have the chat on the. I can send you the link to the YouTube video if you want to see the chat. It is on the. Or I can switch it. I can switch it to this view, and you can. Oh shit, you're not in that one. Yeah, you know what? I can't really do it this time, but.
Okay, well, you could send it to me later. That's okay.
Okay.
That'll work. I always find the chat kind of interesting, especially now because Keith Dickens is on my Patreon.
Yeah. I just sent you the link in Discord. It's the link to the stream that we're doing right now, so you can pull it up.
Oh, it's in Discord. Oh.
Yeah, I sent it to you in Discord. It's a YouTube video link, and you can go there and see the chat that way and everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Is it affecting our stream?
No. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, so you didn't really stick around to see what happened to this woman. You just caught your bus eventually.
I think I'm going to turn it off. It's sounding double.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So I won't ruin your episode here.
I can't hear it on my end, but maybe it was doubling on your end for some reason.
So what was your question again?
Oh, you probably didn't stick around to see what ended up happening with this woman, right? Because your bus came.
No, I did see what happened. An
Oh.
ambulance came and got her.
Okay.
They put her on a stretcher and put her on an ambulance.
Wow. Huh.
In fact, it was I think I had footage of it in this walk video. Yeah, she was taken away on a stretcher, and I encouraged somebody with a phone to call an ambulance, or so that the police showed up, and then an ambulance showed up.
Wow.
And I asked her if she was okay, and she answered me no.
No.
She said she was. That's what she told me. Yeah.
Let's see what it does. It's this trailer.
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ramp that they used to load the trailer was dragging.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was.
Yep.
And it hit her.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, the ramp fell off of the truck.
Oh no.
That's going to be super heavy.
I gotta
That's the
get
ramp.
Yeah, it's a metal ramp.
Yeah.
Oh no. Healing.
Well, I have
Healing.
healing powers. I have healing powers.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably.
In fact, I may have saved her life.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I wonder if we could find a follow-up on this and see. I wonder if this was reported in the news locally where you live or
They
anything.
didn't talk about it on Gabriel Chana Fox News. They didn't talk about it in the local news.
Okay.
Because I check it every day.
Oh no.
I asked Brett, because Brett's a medical doctor. I asked him to go help her.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I really don't know what happened because Brent and my men have pretty much not been communicating with me. The only communication I got was about a couple days ago. Zach was worried that I was getting too obsessed with computer parts and that it was making the Gail shield go down. And I told him, well, I probably did make the Gail shield go down because I went into my savings to buy a battery backup. So I quickly recouped my savings. But I said, as far as spending money on computer parts, the only option that I have is if I don't spend it, I won't have a computer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because the enemy has been using power failures to destroy my drives. So I do need a battery backup.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what happened was, and he said, well, what was happening? He asked me, what happened to your drive? Because he seemed to think that I was under brain control obsession and that maybe I was imagining my computer problems. I said, yeah, let me tell you. So I told him exactly what happened. I started ordering the parts around September the 10th, and I was sleeping in my bed and we had a power outage, okay? And then I was awakened by a loud squeal coming from the computer area. It was loud, okay? And when I went, I figured, oh, that's weird. Then I went back to sleep. Well, the next morning, when I went to my computer, the hard drive was rattling.
Okay. Did you make videos about this?
I probably did.
I think you did.
Yeah, walk videos, though. I might have made YouTube videos. I can't remember. I probably did. But the thing is, I think I was justified to feel that my hard drive was about to crash. Yeah.
Yeah, you made a video about a hissing noise. That's what you made a video about.
Hissing noise?
Yeah.
Was this in September?
2 weeks ago it says victory, hissing noise is gone.
Okay, I'm talking about September.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
Computer problems actually started in September. And I thought the automatons may have been behind it because they wanted to kill me, and they would certainly know how to destroy my computer, being walking computers themselves with IQs in the millions. So I wanted to stay online so I could continue to communicate with my men, because brain to brain is not accurate, and so that I could make YouTube videos, which is a Gail commandment, right?
Yeah.
And I'm hearing rattling noises. I mean, I'm not a computer genius, but I do remember when one of my external hard drives, okay, when it started making rattling noises, I just didn't think much of it. That was a big mistake. And I didn't even notice that it was not even appearing in my drives for a while. And I didn't realize that those are signs that a drive is about to crash. Yeah. And by the time I figured out that that is what happened, I lost all my data on that external hard drive. So I learned my lesson from that experience, which was about 2 years ago, okay? That when any drive starts making strange noises, you better back up all your data and get ready for that thing to crash.
And that's why you have the backup drive.
The battery backup.
The battery backup.
See, I never did have a battery backup before. I made sure I had surge protection because back in 2009, I'm getting smarter with computers after all these disasters happened, right? Back in 2009, I had this computer and I was typing all sorts of stuff into it, just totally oblivious to the fact that I didn't have surge protection, right? And then one day, I had a surge. I lost my monitor, my printer, my computer.
Crazy.
All in about an hour or less. I ended up spending about $1,000 to replenish everything. That was when I had a job at Walmart, and I got the most expensive surge protection I could at Walmart at the time. And I figured that would be good enough to protect my computer equipment. Little did I know the damage that can happen to a drive with power failures. And yeah, because this apartment that I live in gets a lot of power failures. And they don't last very long. They're only like 5 minutes, but apparently it doesn't matter. A power failure, if you improperly shut down a computer, it damages your drives.
And what do you believe to be the cause of the power failure?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but it happens. I personally think the enemy is doing it.
Okay.
Their goal was to destroy my computer. Maybe they're using satellite technology. I don't know how they're doing it, but I get an awful lot of them. And one that I had in September, apparently the drive had already been damaged because of previous power failures. It was an HDD drive. Okay, I did some research and I found out that HDD drives do not take power failures as well as solid state drives. Though no drive takes a power failure good. Yes. But if you had to choose a drive to survive a power failure, you would be better off with a solid state drive. So what I did, because it was starting to make rattling noises, I thought, back everything up right now, back it up. So I backed all my data up to all the externals I had that were working, okay? And I went out, I took the bus, went out to Best Buy and bought me the best solid state I can get. With my motherboard, I cannot get a full solid state, so I got a SATA solid state. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I did a little research to decide. I wanted to stay with Linux because I hate Windows. With every Windows update I got, my computer got slower and slower and slower. And then it got to the point where I couldn't reboot without getting a black screen. I mean, a total screen where the only thing I saw on the window, the only thing I saw was the Windows icon, and that was it. Nothing else. That's what Windows did to me. So Zach suggested I go to Linux. So what I did is from the drive that was rattling but still worked, okay, I downloaded an ISO image, which is what you need to install an operating system. Yeah. I did it using a program that I have on Ubuntu called Disk Startup Software, and I put that on a USB, what would be a live USB drive. And then I went to Best Buy and bought me just a totally blank SATA solid state drive. And I downloaded a Ubuntu 24.04 because they recommend when you put a new operating system that you go with the more recent version. So I put the 24.04 operating system on that, and it was easy to do it. I just followed the prompts and I did it. Okay. The only problem was the Ubuntu. I thought my problems were over. I thought, you got a new operating system, you're good to go. Well, I found out this new operating system had bugs in it. The enemy apparently anticipated I would do this, and they put bugs in the operating system. My fonts started looking fuzzy. They got fuzzier with each update that happened. It wasn't cooperating with any of my apps. And I thought, oh my God, they're starting to infiltrate Linux. And so I thought, oh no. So I asked AI, I said, what operating system is compatible with my apps? I gave him a list of my apps. I've got some dinosaur apps. I've got like a monitor from 2009 that uses VGA connection.
Yeah.
Okay? So I said, what's compatible with all these dinosaur apps? And they recommended Linux Mint Cinnamon. So, I didn't realize at the time that what I should have done was just put the Linux Mint Cinnamon on another live USB, okay, formatted that drive with the Ubuntu down to zeros, and I could have just installed it on that drive. But I thought I had to go get another brand new drive. So I went to Best Buy again and bought another SATA solid state drive. So I ended up with two. So Zach was scolding me, you're getting all this. Well, I said, I didn't know what to do. I'm having one problem after another, and I'm having to go buy stuff that's more than food and bills to take care of my problems.
Yeah. I remember the Gail commandment that commanded you to create a savings. I remember that, and you got rid of your
yeah.
Yeah.
You cut all your credit cards up.
Yeah. So I'm sure the Gail Shield went down in September when I bought all those things, and because I used my savings to buy the drives and stuff. And I ended up buying a battery backup because I didn't want these drives to be destroyed. And I thought I was good. So I ended up with 2 solid state drives, okay, SATA solid state. And what happened was mint cinnamon turned out to be great. I loved it. And so I thought, okay, you've got a good operating system on a solid state drive. I had to order stuff to get a drive to put it in because my dinosaur computer only had drives for HDD drives, okay? So it was kind of loose and wobbly in there because I didn't have anything to secure it. So I had to order online a drive bay to secure the SATA solid state. And then I was able to secure it pretty good. And then I thought, okay, now you've got 2 drives. Having 2 drives, let me tell you, does come in handy when you have to format one drive. Like if you got to format a drive, like put it down to zeros to clear it out so you can put a new operating system on it. You obviously need a working drive to do that.
Yeah.
So that's the advantage of having 2 drives. So I was able to format it down to 0, and I thought, okay, you already know you don't want Ubuntu 24.04 because it's possessed. So I ended up with 2 operating systems now. I dual boot. I can go either into Linux Mint Mate. I put Mate on the other one, or Linux Mint Cinnamon. And I said, okay, your problems are over. Well, about 2 weeks later, my temperature indicator started saying that when I was doing video editing, that my temperature was going into the low 90s Celsius.
It's very
so
hot.
I asked the AI, is this okay? They said, no, this is not okay. This could end up damaging your computer. You probably need to get an aftermarket. They asked me, do you have one of those stock coolers? I said, yeah. No, modern video editing cannot handle stock coolers. So I ended up ordering an aftermarket cooler. So there goes my another outside of food and bills. And then, but I was scared to install it. I mean, I've never done this. I'm so scared I'm going to break my computer when I put all these parts in. So I said, let me see if I can I have installed new memory before, so let me try that. I know I'm less likely to break my motherboard doing this. I'm scared to mess with that motherboard. But so I ordered some memory. I thought maybe if I just upgrade it from 8 to 16, that'll solve it. And guess what? That made the temperatures go down. So I said, okay, well, I did get the fan. Actually, I ordered the wrong fan. I had to return it. Then I got the right one. And I just kept it in the closet. And the 16 gigabytes, boy, was that hard to put in the motherboard, though. It was like, they said, be real careful or you could break your tabs. So I thought, I don't want to do that. But I eventually got it in there. And they said, make sure when you put it in there, you have dual. Because, and what was so funny is Zach gave me, this was a custom designed computer that he did. He put it in, according to AI, he put it in like one port, and he did parallel, but he didn't put it in the best position. And so I fixed that, and I moved it over to the right position. The best position would be, I forget what they call it, the one, not the one right next to the fan, but one slot and then another. And I got it in there. It took me forever, though. I was so scared I was going to break the thing.
Yeah.
And my temperature readings went down. I thought, yes, I'm in business. And so I was pretty good after that.
Yeah, honestly, I think you have more hands-on experience working on computers than a lot of people do.
To be honest with you, if I didn't have to do this, if things weren't going wrong, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Oh, yes, please. Go ahead.
My gut response when I had computer problems, maybe like 5 years ago, is it's time to get a whole brand new computer. I wouldn't even mess with the most I used to do before was just put memory in, and I was scared to do anything else. But now I've got a Wi-Fi phobia, okay? Because you see, back in 2022, as a result of I do not have a smartphone. I really have a Wi-Fi phobia. I'm afraid it's going to put me under brain control. And I have got this phobia about having anything with Wi-Fi in my apartment. I will not, like, I'm trying to keep my TV going, so I hardly ever watch it because all the new TVs have Wi-Fi in them. I don't even want the Wi-Fi software in my computer. It doesn't matter about the antennas. I do not want Wi-Fi. So I thought, how am I going to get out of this? If my computer breaks, all that's available out there are Wi-Fi computers. I mean, it would be a simple matter for the enemy. I call them the enemy. It doesn't matter if your antenna is not attached. They could probably easily use satellite signals to connect with the Wi-Fi software embedded into your motherboard and activate it. And then, whammo, you're under brain control. I thought, I do not.
I would also think of, like, what if your neighbors have Wi-Fi that can, like, penetrate, or does the Gail Shield block that? You know,
that's a good question.
Yeah. Because, you know, I can turn on the Wi-Fi on my phone and I see my neighbor's Wi-Fi, which means their Wi-Fi is somehow getting into my home, you know.
I think, to be honest with you, I think their Wi-Fi is affecting me a little bit, but I think the wall is kind of blocking it.
Yeah. Wow. All the technology they seem to be. Actually, I was wondering. Do you notice that ever from time to time YouTube may take down videos from the past that you may have something to do with? Because the other day I was looking for the illustrated videos of the Hidden Abyss, and I can't find them anywhere. I don't know if they're on YouTube anymore.
Hidden Abyss? You mean Forbidden Abyss?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, the Forbidden Abyss. Yes.
Well, as far as I know, they haven't taken anything down unless they're doing it in secret.
Yeah, because if I search Forbidden Abyss children's book, I don't get. I see a few videos where you did some previews of them 10 years ago, but there used to be the full.
Oh, they've taken down a couple of the previews. That was several years ago. But you can get if you want to get the taken down videos, I have a PDF file called I think it's underneath. Let me see if I've got it here. Hold on, because I have them at BitChute.
I see.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can give you the link. I think I have it published somewhere. Let me check here. No, not that. Let me check here. No, not that. Let me check. Because I went to the trouble to make a PDF because as you all know, my website is down.
Yes. Yes.
The enemy took it down. Yeah, and it hasn't come back up, and apparently it isn't going to be coming back up.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, but
they're basically trying to rewrite history. I can see that.
On one of my hard drives somewhere, I have the Brent Spiner movie that you filmed where you played every character, because that's a masterpiece.
Right. You know what? I don't think I published this. I should. Let me see. I really should publish this. I think I do. I'll go ahead and give you. I'm going to go ahead and publish that.
You're like a father to me. Okay.
Turn your fucking audio off.
Husker must do.
We got a donation. Thank you, Husker must do. I love you, Brett. You're like a father to me.
Turn your fucking audio off.
I'm saying Brett, B-R-E-T-T. It's a joke.
I love Brett.
You, Brett. Yeah, you're not like Brent. A father to me.
Turn your fucking audio off. You
know what? I don't think I have that published. I really should. It used to be at my website. Let me see. Yeah, because I have a PDF that I created that has that hyperlinks to all the videos that were taken down.
Okay. Yeah, that's valuable.
You know what? I think I'm going to publish that right now. That shouldn't take too long. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's
no problem.
Something I think people should be able to access those videos. It's not fair that they were taken down. They weren't really
right.
Let me see. Hold on a minute. Even Jesus didn't like some of them being taken down. I remember him saying that. He thought it was rather draconian. Let me see here. That would be here. It's this one right here. Let me see if I've got, you know what? I know exactly how I'm going to do this. Hold on a minute.
All right.
Let's change this into a PDF because I update this all the time. Export as PDF.
You're very well organized.
I have to be.
Yeah.
If I'm not, I'd be totally confused. With all the stuff that I do. Oh, man. I would be totally confused. Okay, let me see here. And I make walk videos every single day, so I have to have a very organized file system here. Okay, yep, here it is. Okay, now let's go ahead and publish this at Google Drive. I think I already have published it, but I haven't made it available to the public. So I'll do that now.
All right.
It used to be at my website.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of useful articles and other things listed on the website.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that that the enemy took that down, you know. Let me see if I've got Gail Series Media. Yeah, let's put it in here. Okay, let's go ahead and put this up here in Drive. Yeah, one thing that I've learned that kind of substitutes for having a website is to make a PDF file. And with a PDF file, you can kind of create a web page in a way.
Yeah, and share it that way.
You can put working links on it. That's what I've learned. That's how I've been doing my Gail series.
I see. I will say Thumb Gail was kind of disturbing looking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Thumb Gail.
There were Snail Gale.
Snail Gail, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if this one's there. To me, anybody's disturbing that wants to kill Jesus.
Exactly.
I mean, I cannot tolerate that. I don't know if this is what I want.
That pisses me off.
I don't think this is the right one.
Another thing I was wondering is, how did you come to choose the pseudonym Gabrielle Chana? How did you come up with that?
That was just a name the name that I used when I wrote Silver Skies.
I see.
I just thought it sounded like a writer's name. I'm not sure if this is a PDF. Let me see. Hold on a minute.
Sure.
I need to. They've been messing with my computer, and this is that is a PDF. Okay, I think it is a PDF. All right, let's see here. Go in here. Yeah, so the only problem with not having a phone is the whole world punishes you if you don't have a phone. It's like you can't log into any site without a phone. They got to send a backup code to your phone, you know?
Yes.
So that's another reason I ended up spending money on YubiKeys so that I wouldn't get locked out of my accounts because I don't have a smartphone.
I see. Yeah, for two-factor authentication type things.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it looks like that might be working for me, though it took me forever to get it set up with Linux. I mean, yeah, here it is. Okay, I think this is what I want. Share. Okay, let me make sure it's anyone with the link. Okay, where should I give you the link? At
you could send me you could send it to me in Discord. Yes, I'll get it there.
Okay, I just sent it in Discord. Test it out and see if it works.
All right.
Did you see it?
See. I do see it. I do see it here. Right here.
Now, some of the links are going to be defunct, but most of them will work because I haven't had time to update everything.
All right.
So, is it a PDF?
It is.
Oh, good. Okay, that is something that I've been keeping up, and it is a link to. I still need.
I love you,
my
Empress.
goal.
You're like a father to me. This person says they love you.
But I will. I still have to work on it.
I love
there are
you, Brett.
still some.
You're like a father
There
to
are
me.
still some links from 2013 and 2014 that are not there.
Okay.
But I did go to the trouble to put links. But those you can find at YouTube. You got the title of the video. There's just no working links. But anything that's been taken down off of YouTube, I have in this document, and it's called NYT, means not at YouTube. I don't know if you can see that in there.
I do see that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so that way you know which ones were taken down, and you can now watch them either at Odyssey or BitChute.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Let's see, is it on here?
Yeah, I think I might put that as published underneath in the description from now on for my YouTube videos. Just occurred to me that would be useful for people to have. Yeah, so yeah, that's a list of all the YouTube videos that I've made, including some that were taken down.
Yes.
They have NYT after them.
And I do see the Forbidden Abyss Part 1 of 8 on your BitChute channel. See, those were the ones I was looking for. So they were taken down from...
Yeah, was it one of the NYT?
I believe so. Yeah, it says it's. I just pulled it up and it's on BitChute, and it's this one. It's part of the children's audiobook.
Well, I think they only took one down from there.
Okay.
Yeah, they said it was too graphic or something. Yeah. Jesus actually wanted me to make it graphic. Because he said what happened was graphic and we needed to tell the truth, Yeah,
Brent Spiner got raped multiple times. And Spot the cat got raped, too.
Yeah. It was terrible.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was part 5 of 8 got taken down. Yeah, part 5 of 8. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 are still at YouTube.
Okay. Huh. I will say that... I will say, though, then the search for them is being repressed somehow, because when I search for it, even if I type out the whole title, it just doesn't give me anything. It's so strange.
The Gail entities might be behind that. It's possible.
Yeah, I asked Zach about it, and he told me to ask you about it, but I had forgotten. It was a long time ago, so that's why I just remembered to ask you about it now.
Yeah. So I've given you the PDF.
It's great.
That, that has a link to all my YouTube videos. I'm actually planning. I'm very busy. I'm planning on, but you see the title of it for 2013 and 14, how they don't have working links.
Yes.
I'm eventually planning on putting working links there, but those have not been taken down at YouTube. However, it's nice to know the titles. If you do a search, you probably could find them at YouTube.
Do you want me to share this link with the people in the chat so they have it too, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, I'll do that. I'm going to put it in the link. For those of you who want it, it's basically an archive of where to find videos. It's very long and it has a lot of information on it. So
that's because I've been on YouTube since 2011 and I post just about every week.
Yeah, longer than me. I started in 2014, so yeah, head start on me. But you were doing other stuff before that people knew about, like the writing and everything.
Yeah, and I also have an archive, but I don't make that public. That of my paid, people who paid to listen to my daily walk videos.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I will supply that to people who, and the way people drive around here, it's better for me not to have a car. They drive like kamikaze pilots.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I try to take public transit unless I absolutely have to, go somewhere.
I remember what the traffic was like in Seattle. They drive pretty crazy there too. Sometimes.
It's gotten worse too as the population has grown over the years. It's gotten worse and worse. I had some
close calls when I lived in Seattle with some crazy drivers. I remember that.
Yeah.
Especially when I decided I wanted to marry Brent Spiner. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one time I was driving back from my doctor's office in Everett. And I think I was on the Mukilteo Speedway. And I was going onto the entrance ramp to take I-5 south, because he lived in the north, to take I-5 south to go to Mukilteo. And what was it happened? Oh, yeah. What was it? I was going on. I was going to go on the entrance ramp to I-5, and what was it that happened? I think some big Mack, huge truck just came out of the blue from nowhere, right behind me. Is like, whoa!
Yeah.
And I barely missed swiping me. I had close calls like that all the time.
Did you ever drive on the viaduct on the Seattle waterfront? There's that big double-decker high. Well, there used to be. They tore it down. Yeah, they've changed a lot of stuff. There's tunnels now to make up for certain roads being gone. It's very different, but it's still bad.
I went on I-5 a lot though. Yeah.
They finally finished the train that connects the Seattle to Bellevue and Redmond. There's a train that goes across Lake Washington on the floating bridge that goes back and forth now.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I love
Gail,
you,
was
Brent.
Brent attracted
You're like
to
a
you,
father to
or
me.
did you have to seduce him?
Okay, so that's.
I lived in Seattle for about. Actually, I lived there from 1991 to 1994, and then I lived, or I'd say in Snohomish County.
Yes.
Where I lived. And I lived there from 1991 to 1994. I wasn't in King County. I was in Snohomish County, and then I lived in Snohomish County. Linwood from 1991 to 1994, Mukilteo from 1999 to 2001. Yeah, that's when I lived there. I actually liked Seattle in the early 1990s.
It has changed a lot. The tech bros came out here and turned it upside down.
But once I decided I wanted to marry Brent, all hell broke loose.
We have a question kind of about that. The last person that just sent in a donation, they said, was Brent attracted to you or did you have to seduce him?
He was attracted to me.
Okay.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, oh no, I didn't want to seduce him. I was writing him with pure platonic motivations back in the early 1990s. I think subconsciously I wanted him to be like my pen pal, because kind of like the Star Trek Next Generation episode Pen Pals, because I just felt like in my marriage, like I couldn't be myself. And he seemed like somebody I could be real with. And so the letters that I wrote to him was basically just somebody I could be myself with. I was raised in a very strict church. And I wasn't sure that I agreed with everything that they were teaching me, but I was kind of scared to talk about it with anyone.
And your mother was Japanese, but she was also very religious?
Oh, are you kidding? My mother religious? No way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because Japanese people usually aren't that religious, so.
No, she was the opposite of religious.
Okay.
In fact, when I became a Christian in 1971. She called me a religious nut, and and she actually left California because of that. I found the Lord in California, in Oxnard, California. She moved out of California to cure me of being a religious nut.
So,
and when we moved to Florida, she refused to let me go to church.
So, how? And we don't have to talk too much about this if you don't want to. But how did your parents meet? Was your father in the service and met your mother in Japan or something?
This is almost funny. Okay, this is what my mother told me about how they met. I'll tell you how they really met.
Okay.
My mother said that they met in a department store and that she was working as a model. Okay, and she was very hot looking, so her lie was believable. Okay, but that isn't how they met.
Okay.
She was actually a high class prostitute.
Oh, okay.
She was raised in poverty, okay, and she wanted to get out of poverty, and her goal was to marry a rich American and go to rich America. And she accomplished her goal, I will say that much. My father at the time was working as a pilot. And when they were married, he was an Eastern Airlines pilot.
Okay.
So she didn't get somebody who was that bad off financially, I'll say that.
Yeah. And what decade was it that they met?
1950s.
Okay.
It was a believable lie. She even had a picture of her with a sash across her breast, and she said she won second place in the Miss Tokyo beauty pageant. And she would complain about how she should have got, everybody said she should have got first place. That was a very clever lie. Because by winning second place, she wouldn't be in the record books, right?
That does make sense.
What the picture was actually a picture of her she was the hottest hooker in her whorehouse. Okay? And they paraded her down the street with this sash, I think calling her Miss Tokyo or something, because she was the hottest hooker in her prostitute house. And she met my dad that way. Yeah. And he decided to marry his hooker.
It's an interesting story, you know.
But I'm going to say this in my mother's favor. She's in heaven right now, believe it or not, in spite of the fact that she was a narcissist. And basically she ruined my sister because of being a narcissist. And she almost ruined me. I ended up the codependent in the narcissistic triangle. Nice. I was the scapegoat. So... that's why I ended up marrying a man who was a pedophile.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
So yeah, she was very attractive. Okay, and that's why her lies were believable.
Hey, Keith Dickens again.
Just 5 more gifted memberships. So we gotta. Well, this is going to play 5 times. Now we're on 2.
Yeah, my mother got right the last day of her life. Buddha actually paid her a visit. And see, I had cut her off because she was dealing with my sister, and I wouldn't deal with my sister because my sister ended up writing a lying statement about me, which my mother submitted to a judge to have me carted off against my will to a psych ward.
Yeah. My
sister did that. So I didn't want to have anything to do with my sister. And my mother believed all my sister's lies. My sister is a registered nurse. She has a master's degree in public health, and she didn't end up a religious nut like me. So my mother respected my sister more than me. You know, my sister ended up she graduated summa cum laude, Bachelor of Science Nursing. She had like straight A's, master's degree, whereas even though I did graduate cum laude from Florida State University with a degree in health ed. I used to be a nursing major, but I dropped out because I'm not nursing material. I ended up into a religious nut who decided to study to be a missionary. To my mother, that was like, ugh. I mean, you got to remember, she worshipped money, right? You know, you can see to what extreme she went to worship her money. Yeah. So when I totally rebelled against that, she was very upset. It's like, oh, my daughter, you know, she's gone crazy. And yeah, it just, she always wanted me to have financial security. She was obsessed with financial security. And I rebelled against that because I felt like she was shallow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear the some of the lore, you know, like of, because I haven't heard much about your parents, so it's interesting to learn about that.
My mother actually I got my Catherine the Great genes from her. In fact, my next Gail series story, I'll probably be going into this.
Okay.
The reason she was so poor, and she was poor, okay, is because she is descended from royalty. She's descended from Russian royalty. Vladimir the Great of Russia. Have you ever heard of him?
I believe I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you when he was alive or anything like that.
He was alive around 1000 AD. Okay. Vladimir the Great of Russia, 1000 AD. And he had a ton of wives and concubines and a ton of children. He was very promiscuous. And when he died, his eldest son, named Sviatopolk, was wicked and wanted the throne. And Vladimir the Great had two children, Boris and Gleb, who were supposed to be next in line. But they didn't really care. They were very devoutly Russian Orthodox. Vladimir the Great was actually the founder of the Russian Orthodox Church. And my next story will be going into this. They said, we don't care, Sviatopolk, you can have the throne. We don't care, but the problem was Sviatopolk was not popular with the people. They didn't like him. And he felt like that he was ambitious and wanted the throne, but he felt like Boris and Gleb would take it from him. And he lied to them. And when his father was dying, he lied to both Boris and Gleb and said, can you please come to our dying father's bedside and be with him? The father had already died. He just said that so that when they traveled to go see their father, he could kill them, which is exactly what he did.
I see.
He killed them to make sure he eliminated all threats to his power grab. And then he started arranging to kill other of the children. So eventually the children started figuring out, we're going to have to leave or we're going to be dead, because he isn't going to stop killing us, because he's trying to eliminate all competition. I mean, he was killing all his siblings because he wanted the throne. And that's what happened is some of these children, okay, they traveled probably through the Silk Road and ended up in Japan. They couldn't be in Russia because he would kill them. And they had to disguise themselves as traitors and take on different disguises and not to tell anybody who they really were, or he probably would have sent messengers to China or whatever and says, go get them. They might come back and steal the throne from me. So they ended up in Japan, and they got into an Amishi tribe that looks very Caucasian, so they could blend into the Japanese culture and just claim that they were the Amishi. And the Amishi adopted them and learned apparently that they were Russian royals and that had escaped to stay alive, and they made them rulers. They decided to take advantage of these royals. The Amishi had just lost their kingdom in war several hundred years earlier. and they wanted their kingdom back. So they thought by incorporating this Russian royalty into their leadership, they could do it. And it did help them because my ancestors were talented at ruling. It was in their genes, I guess. And what happened was, it's kind of a long, complicated story, but I am going to be writing a Gail series story, and I'm going to have links to a Japanese miniseries, which will explain the history. You can't get that anywhere over here. But I did go to the trouble to put English subtitles to a Japanese miniseries about my ancestors. That went to, it doesn't talk about how they came from Russia. I figured that out on my own. Okay. But so they started their own kingdom. They became the Oshu Fujiwara family. They were descended from Vladimir the Great. But they changed their names and their identity because if the Japanese found out Russian royals were in Japan, they wouldn't have lived in Japan either. I mean, royals can get really, really picky if they think that their throne could be endangered. They will take extreme measures to ensure they retain their power.
Yeah.
And so my ancestors had to be very careful. See, the problem that they had was that in northern Japan at that time, they had gold mines, okay? But they wanted to keep it secret because they knew if the rest of Japan found out that they would try to conquer northern Japan to get the gold mines. Unfortunately, the secret got out. Yeah. And a greedy man named Yoritomo, who was actually Japan's first shogun, made an excuse to have war with northern Japan to get the gold. Yeah. Okay. Buddha says he knows Yoritomo well. He says Satan knows Yoritomo well because Yoritomo went to hell. But yes, the last ruler of my ancestors, his name was Yasuhira. He was a devout Buddhist. He did not believe in war. That was actually kind of his downfall, but Buddha does not look down on him for this. I've mentioned him to Buddha. Buddha says that I know Yasuhira well. He was a man who stood by his principles. He didn't believe in war, so he wouldn't mount a defense, even though he knew Yoritomo was going to probably come and try to get his country. By the time he decided that maybe he should mount a defense, it was too late. Yoritomo's armies were on their way to northern Japan to conquer and get the gold. And they did conquer. It was an easy victory for them because northern Japan did not have military defense set up. And my ancestor tried to escape to Hokkaido Island, which is to the north. And this is an ancestor from the Russians, okay? What happened is the Russian royals around 10,000 AD got conquered by the Minamoto family, which was, they were no good, okay?
Okay.
They were bad people, and but they were good politicians, though, and good liars. And they knew how to come up with an excuse for war to justify their power grab. And they knew how to lie to people and get them to support them. Yeah, so anyways, my ancestors, because they were so devoutly Buddhist and so loyal to their religion, they weren't really interested in the military and just wanted to be true to their families and everything. And the greedy military establishment just took advantage of that and conquered them. And Yoritomo ended up getting decapitated, his head cut off, which is what the Japanese would do to their enemies, you know. His wife, when she found out, she committed suicide. And then the children escaped to the mountains and went back to the Amishi. And that's how they became so poor.
I see. Okay.
So my mother was descended from all that.
And you think you'll make a more detailed video about this soon?
I'm actually going to be writing a Gail series story about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's going to be my next story, I think. And it's my ancestors were amazing. They were, I think they're very interesting. Yoritomo is despicable. It's really ironic that all this history has been covered up. I mean, everybody deserves to know what a creep he was. So what he did was wrong. Yeah, he went to hell. Buddha said all of my ancestors that were descended from Vladimir the Great, okay, that were part of the Oshu Fujiwara family, they all went to heaven. I think they went to Buddha heaven. There are different heavens out there. There's a Buddha heaven, and I think that's where they all went. However, they kind of intersect. So it wouldn't surprise me if my mother, who I think went to kind of like a Christian Buddha heaven, is able to probably right now, she's up there with my stepdad. She's probably able to communicate with the Oshu Fujiwara family.
Is there a Lakshmi heaven?
There are probably a Hindu heaven. Yeah, I bet there is.
Okay.
I bet there is. See, all of the good gods, I think they all have their own universes. Okay.
Yeah.
And like Buddha's got his heaven. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hindus, because Lakshmi is Hindu, probably have their own heaven. Yeah, they probably do. Though you got to remember the Hindus believe in reincarnation.
That is true.
So the way that works, and so do Buddhists. So the way that works, and I've gone into this in some of my Gail series stories, is when somebody comes from that kind of a background where they could be reincarnated, they are offered a choice at death. Do you want to be reincarnated, or do you want to just go straight to heaven in your current soul? And some of them choose to be reincarnated, and they're reincarnated. And some of them can also go to heaven in their current soul condition.
Could they go to heaven for a little while and then be reincarnated? Can they take a break, or do they have to be immediately reincarnated?
I think they have to be immediately reincarnated. I think the only ones who can take a break would be a deity.
I see. So like a Jesus.
Buddha, Jesus is actually no longer a deity.
Okay.
He is above a deity right now. He is pure existence.
Okay.
And I've been going into this in my stories, but he's not really a deity anymore. He's totally equal to his father. His father is kind of like above a deity too. Okay. He's not a deity. He's it's kind of hard to explain, but I did go into it in my latest Gail series stories. He's pure existence, which means he is literally every cell in our bodies and everything that's around us, it's him. So when he left us in 2022, he didn't really leave. He's all around us. He's everything in us and around us.
Do you think his the time where he was having the sex parties and everything, was that just a step towards this state where he had to go through that on his journey to no longer being a deity, to being on par with God the Father?
Yeah, he was a teenage god when he was with us. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
I see. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
We basically experienced Jesus's teenage years, his later teenage years. And as is common with teenagers, he didn't really know who he was. And his father had very high expectations for him. And I think he subconsciously felt that he couldn't be the deity, okay, that his father wanted him to be. And that is why he had the sex parties and why he had sex with me, even though he is a totally aromantic and asexual being. It was part of his process of trying to find himself.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that answers my question.
Well, you got to understand, his father has very high expectations for Jesus. He expects Jesus to help him run the family business. He actually used those exact words. The family business means basically helping his dad run the multiverse, which is quite a responsibility, which is the job the Gail entities want to give me that I don't want because I am not qualified. Okay.
Are you still the Antichrist, or are you no longer the Antichrist?
That is a good question.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I think I am, but according to Zach Knight, I have noticed when I go to bed at night that I'm traveling to other universes in my sleep.
You want to eat my ass? Oh, we have a message from Keith Dickens. Right here.
Is that Keith?
Empress Gail.
No, well, that's not a picture of him, no.
Oh, hail Empress Gail.
Support DP and save the puppies. Hey, could you, Shabisky, can you post that link in the chat? Yeah, Keith Dickens runs a dog rescue. Well, he's part of a dog rescue charity organization.
I see.
So we share that stuff also.
I have been visiting other universes in my sleep. I can tell because my dreams seem very vivid. And Zach said they did a scan on me and I think he said my signature was off, which means that I think I'm becoming a human deity blend a bit. So this enables me, this probably means I'm experiencing some sort of chakra expansion, and it enables me to visit other universes in my sleep. I've been doing that in my dreams, I can tell. Yeah, my dreams just seem so vivid. So I'm not really sure what I am right now, to be honest with you.
So what are these other universes like? Or are there any that were... Oh, here's another one. They say, Empress Gail, if Shabisky can be reincarnated, what form would he take? This is Shabisky right over here.
Tip guys.
Get more donuts.
What form would he take? I have no idea because I don't know Shabisky very well.
Well, he's making monkey noises here, so he might make a good monkey.
Tip guys.
Let's get more donuts. Yeah. See? He does it good.
I'm not an expert on reincarnation, but I think you get...
Oh, it's another one.
Oh, okay.
Another.
Okay, so it has to be a human. I see. Okay.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. No. Because Jesus appears to us as eagles and all sorts of stuff, so who knows?
Yeah, if there's another one, it'll show Shabisky. It'll show in a second here.
I don't know if you call that reincarnation.
No, that is another one.
Gods have the ability to do
Oh, is that what that's... Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for interrupting. There was they came back to back, and there was another one here. It said, Gail, can you do me a favor? I want her to point up to her left and say, if you don't help us kill the ghoul, you're probably retarded.
If you don't help us kill the ghoul, are you referring to the Gail entities?
We call you see the numbers on the screen there? That's our donation ghoul. And we call it the ghoul instead of the goal. So if you could just point up and go, if you don't help us kill the ghoul, you're probably retarded. If you could do that really quick, please.
You don't help us kill the ghoul, you're probably retarded.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're going to get your financial goals met for today, is that it?
Yes, that's part of it. Yeah, it's like a weekly thing. So
I see.
Yeah, instead of calling it a goal, we call it a ghoul.
It's kind of a funny
joke.
Inside joke. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because once the AI pronounced it that way, so we've been jokingly saying it that way for a while. Oh, damn. Cheers.
Yeah, sometimes we make AI music, and I tried to I made a song.
Oh, I've done that. Have you heard my AI music?
I've heard the AI song at the end of your videos before.
That's not an AI song.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, that's a real performer. But I have made some AI music.
I see. Okay. No, I don't know if I've heard it yet. What style of music is it?
You want to hear some of it?
Yeah, sure.
Let me see if I've got it right here on my playlist. Let me see. Let's see here. Where did I put it? Actually, I'm going to have to go into one of my folders here. Hold on a minute.
Sure.
Downloads.
Oh, damn.
Okay, here's one. This is it. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Angelina, her breast she flashed.
Oh, it's about Angelina Ballerina?
Yeah.
Gerard and Matthew in her spell they fell.
Yeah, I made that music on AI.
Do you use Suno?
Yeah.
Okay.
Direction powers blooming apart. While she smiled with malice and icy heart.
It's got a Broadway feel to it.
What'd you say?
It's got a Broadway feel to it, you know?
Yeah, I like that kind of music.
Yeah. Yep.
Alas, a powerful bomb, Angelina stole.
All Gail's men but Zack under her control.
Can you hear it good?
Yeah, you should write a whole musical with this, you know?
Oh, I made a whole album.
Yeah.
That's the forest The Gail hit went to zero, a surprise fall. The cheesecake prisoner, a bomb exploded so cold. Angelina's comrade.
I think I did pretty good with this music.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Holding 13 captive with the gun to her eye. Such perfect Venus glows like the sun. All down, perfectly and down was one. To Zack's
Absolute banger. That's my little dog. I have a little
Oh
dog.
my goodness.
She has a little hump toy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn on the AC. Hold on.
Sure. Everyone, please like the stream. If you have any questions for Gail, send them in. I try to keep them from interrupting her if she's in the middle of talking, but I'll read it to her afterwards.
No, don't drink the Jesus juice, Macaulay Culkin. You're going to get raped. You're going to get raped. No, don't drink the Jesus juice, Macaulay Culkin. You're going to get raped. You're going to get raped.
It plays it 3 times.
No, don't drink the Jesus juice, Macaulay Culkin. You're going to get raped. You're going to get raped.
What was that, Gail?
My Odyssey channel has all that music.
Okay.
I think I had mentioned it underneath all my links. Let me see here. I think it's at YouTube. You know how you mentioned at YouTube all your other channels?
Yes.
I do believe if you go to my Odyssey channel, you can find all that music. No, wait a minute. Let me go to YouTube. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's there. Just double check. View your channel. Let's see here. Yep. If you go to the place where it says view your channel, the Odyssey link is right there. If you go to Odyssey, you can find all that music there. I made music videos with all the music I made.
Did you not upload it to YouTube because you were concerned it might get taken down or something?
Zach told me I did it first. Zach told me to take it down. He said it was affecting my viewership or something.
I see.
He said YouTube downgrade stuff like that. So,
I see. Yeah, sometimes that
down.
could be true. Okay.
They don't like AI generated music.
Yeah, so, sometimes YouTube can find it objectionable for sure.
Well, they kind of like downgrade your views or something. I don't know. I forget what he said, but he said just post it at another channel. So that's what I did. Okay. It's all at Odyssey.
Okay. I'm going to step away for a moment. I have to go to the restroom really quick. Shabisky, you conduct the interview, Shabisky.
I'm going to interview the Empress herself? Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even know where to begin. You having a good day, Gail?
My computer's still up, so that's a good day for me.
Yeah.
I've been having to struggle to keep it up. The enemy has been attacking me left and right, trying to get my computer down.
What a bunch of jerks.
Oh, terrible.
I had an idea that I was wondering, I was wondering what you thought about it now that we're just hanging out here. I was thinking it would be cool for us to do a private show where we watched the Tosh.0 episode you were on. I've never actually seen it. Do you think that would be cool? Would you be up for that? I don't know if Ben would want to do that. It's just an idea I've thought of recently.
I'm wondering if that would violate copyright.
Oh no, I'm talking about on the private show. On the private show, it's going to be off YouTube and stuff when we wouldn't have to worry about getting in trouble like that. It's not like if we streamed it on here, we'd get in trouble real quick. I need to bow down to Empress Gail. You can see the tips, right?
What is that? Is that a squirrel?
No. That's Ben's dog. And her hump toy. She humps the hump toy for some reason. If he just throws it on the ground.
That's not a male dog.
It's a girl, and for some reason she humps things. That is funny though. Is that a squirrel?
A male dog.
Yeah, she's a little horny freak. What the hell?
You never know she was male. I mean female.
Yeah. Yeah, I've met her. She's a cutie.
Oh.
She's tiny.
Do you live in Seattle too?
No, I live in Nevada, but I flew out to Seattle and stayed with Ben for like a week.
Oh, so when you guys do the show, you just connect over online, but you don't live in the same town.
Yeah. We've only done a couple episodes together in the same room. That was when I flew down there. Other than that, we've done like easily like hundreds and hundreds of episodes, doing it like this.
I must be the oldest person who comes on your show.
I don't know. We don't have a huge amount of guests, recently and stuff. Used to be a lot more guests on the show, but there's been lots of people that are older that have been on. Yeah, like Landon is one of my friends. I remember he hit 70, something like that, years ago. So he's in his 70s, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right.
Yeah. I'm kind of
either in his 60s or 70s. I don't recall 100%. I have to look it up. Yeah.
Let me see. 19. To be honest with you, I'm kind of, when you get older, you almost forget how old you are. It's just like the years just fly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As you get older, that's how it goes. The years just fly quicker and quicker.
Yeah. When you get to be my age, you start wondering, like, where did it all go? It seemed like yesterday I was in college.
Yeah. Okay. I guess Landon's 65. So he's about the same age as you.
Yeah, I'm 68.
There's other people. Yeah, you look so young.
I don't. Well,
cheers to that.
It's starting to catch up with me, though. Yeah. What's bound to when you get to be my age.
Do you still have your exercise equipment? I remember in your last apartment you had exercise equipment. Oh yeah.
Yes, I still do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing you use that more during the winter when it's like colder or rainier outside, right?
Well, I don't work out indoors unless I can't go outside because it's a Gail commandment that I am to walk outside for a half an hour every day. And that I only work out indoors with the windows open if it's rainy or unsuitable for walks.
Okay.
Back in
the weather is permittable.
When I thought I could work out indoors instead of go outside, I made Jesus cry.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see him crying, but he'd be crying wherever he is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that because there was an update to the Gail Commandments, right? There was like a Gail Commandments 2.0 or something like that.
That was the original Gail Commandments.
Okay.
Actually, he gave me that order before he gave me the Gail Commandments.
Okay.
I didn't get the Gail Commandments till March 2016.
Okay.
So he told me to do that in October 2013. He was prepping for the Gail Commandments. I was in rehearsals, apparently.
Yeah.
He knew I couldn't handle it back then. It would have just been like too much for me. But so he gave me a little bit at a time, easing me into what he wanted for me. And now things are going really crazy. I mean, it's like, he's not here, but every time the Gale Shield falls, I know there's something for me to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it couldn't get any crazier than Lizzo and the Mites and the Tunnel Jews and the Ninja Turtles and all that stuff. I was like, this is the craziest it's ever been. But now there's all the Gale entities.
Yeah, this is really pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And they're really obsessed with me too. And what's really bad about Gale entities is they know me so well. So they know how to hit my vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Because they're basically kind of me in a way, So it's making it very challenging for me.
Were they made from like your DNA or something? How were they made?
It appears, it
Okay.
appears they do have. They look like me, right? So I think they do.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of my DNA.
So they splice your DNA with a lobster, and then there's lobster Gale, right? That's how they do it?
To be honest with you, I'm learning more and more things about this multiverse every passing year. It's like, what else am I going to be learning? It's crazy,
Yeah.
I mean, I have some theories on why I think they came into existence, and I do believe that whenever any being is going to be taking on, I think if you're a deity, or if you're going to be taking on a deity's job, even if you're not a deity, that universes are created around all aspects of who you are.
I guess there's a Sasquatch Gale. Keith Dickens just mentioned there's Bigfoot Gale.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there are billions of Antichrist Gales out there. And right now they're making my life very difficult.
So how did we go from, you're unhappy in your marriage and you meet Brent and you guys fall in love. How did we get from there to like the Jesuit order getting involved and this other kind of worldly event type thing? How did we progress from that to where we are now?
Well, that's all in the Gail series. Have you been reading the Gail series?
Yeah, I've a little bit, to be honest with you, but I did miss the point where it went from like a love story between you and Brent to, a lot of this other stuff that's some people might view it as, something supernatural or even with a sci-fi.
You mean how Jesus got it, how we ended up with the deity Jesus interacting with us, basically?
Yeah, and the Jesuits becoming your enemy, that sort of thing.
Okay, let me see if I can give you a summary.
Okay.
From the moment I was born, the Jesuits were obsessed with me.
Okay.
That's because Satan is obsessed with me.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Jesus mentioned me and Satan overheard it. So he knew that I would end up being Jesus's favorite human. Anyone who is Jesus's favorite human is going to end up a target of Satan.
Okay. All right.
And then the Jesuit order is basically like Satan's bride or Satan's organization. So that's how basically the Jesuits are involved with me because they have been since the day I was born.
Wow.
They were scanning genetic profiles out there, and they determined that this baby born in 1957 was half King David.
Let's get more donos. Yeah. Oh, no. Does Empress Gail know how Shab slayed Jared Genesis? I don't think Gail knows who Jared Genesis is. So, no, she doesn't know about it. No.
Yeah, I've been targeted since the day I was born.
When were you aware of it, though?
I became aware of it, I would say after Brent Spiner came into I would say probably about. You mean what do you mean by aware of it? Aware that there was a
like maybe you had feelings before, but when did you become 100% sure the Jesuits were after you because of you being Jesus's favorite?
I started picking up on it around December 1999.
Okay.
Because well, in December 1999, my life was hell. I had started a correspondence with Brent Spiner in the 1990s, and it was just crazy. I could tell somebody was after me. Somebody was trying to burn down my mobile home. I could tell somebody. I thought it was Lori McBride. I thought she was just a psycho woman. I had no idea she was a Jesuit. But I began to start noticing that she seemed extremely powerful for a psycho woman. She was able to get the police to cooperate with her, the doctor. She was getting the doctors I was going to. And I thought, this woman is just too good. She must be part of the conspiracy. And that's when I started figuring it out. And then in December, I was praying to Jesus. And I was just feeling really spooky because I was going to doctors who obviously I felt like she had bought them out. I mean, I could tell something wasn't right. I actually went to one doctor who actually injured my neck on purpose. Okay. It was a naturopath in Seattle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Brent had to use a chiropractor to fix my neck. And finally, it was around 2 a.m, and I was in prayer just thinking about how crazy my life was. And I heard a still small voice saying, "Your enemy is the Roman Catholic Church. Lori McBride is a Vatican agent." And that's when I knew.
Okay. Yeah, and at the time, Lori McBride was saying she was Brent's wife, right?
At that time, Lori McBride was claiming to be Brent's girlfriend.
Okay.
She hadn't gone so far as to claim wifehood yet, but she was claiming to be his girlfriend. In fact, I almost dumped Brent. I kept him as a friend, but I lost all romantic interest in him or all attraction to him, period, when I found out about Lori McBride. And I replaced him with Franco Nero. It's all in my Gail series stories.
Okay. I need to catch up on my reading. Because they
are kind of long, so but it's all there. And then Jesus came in around. Well, Jesus has always been a part of my life because I accepted him as my savior in September 1971. But Brent was agnostic until he got abducted by a UFO.
I see. Yeah.
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 It was you should read this Gail series stories about the Quebec trial to find out how that happened.
Keith Dickens says the Jesuits are still a huge threat. Be careful.
Well, actually, I put Zach Knight in charge of the Jesuits. The biggest threat right now are the Gail entities.
Yeah, because there was a split of the Jesuits, and then there were Jesuits that were not worshiping Satan, basically, right?
Well, yeah, I guess if you're talking about Zach Knight.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Zach Knight Jesuits, because Zach Knight came to our side in 2016. The Zach Knight Jesuits are kind of split off from Satan because basically Satan betrayed Zach. He allowed Angelina Ballerina to almost kill Zach's love 13. Yeah, I told Zach, I managed to get Zach over to our side because I said, Zach, why are you staying with Satan when he almost killed your love, the woman you love? And I managed to get him over because of that, to our side.
Yeah, that's sick. There was one time. Oh, was it with Lizzo? Yeah, there was the one time you had an alliance with Satan. It was to get Lizzo, right?
We didn't really have an alliance with Satan.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What happened was Brent went to the underground New York City, we were allied with the automatons, and they created weapons that we could use to take out the interdimensional mites and the mite queen, Lizzo, excuse me. And then we just happened to notice that Satan was there in the underground New York. And he asked to help us. He said, oh, this is fun. Can I please help you all take out the mites? I never knew humans could come up with weapons to take out interdimensional mites. And so they said, no bad stuff now, Satan. And he says, I promise.
So Satan's very feminine based on the way you portray him.
He's gay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to call that feminine, but he's gay. All right.
You're doing it this way, which makes him seem, a little like limp-wristed, kind of effeminate, I would say.
Well, he's gay.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how gay people are. Yeah. He's homosexual.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never forget Bubba the Black Jesuit and his ginger boyfriend.
Oh yeah, he's happily in San Francisco with his ginger boyfriend.
Happy endings.
Boy, you sure like to show your female cat humping on that ball.
It's a little dog. It's a dog. It's a very small dog.
While you were gone, she said, "Is that a squirrel?"
She does look like a squirrel.
It was great.
Comedy.
Yeah, it's funny. Anytime I pick up
some water, I'll be right back.
Sure.
All right.
She thinks I'm just like showing it.
Oh, she doesn't. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to get it to understand that when that pops up, that means she's funny.
Yeah. Well, he is gay.
You know how gays are.
I mean, I've never actually seen Satan, okay? Because when he comes to my apartment, he's in another dimension, but Brent has, and he's written about him, and whenever he writes about him, he always describes him as speaking with a gay lisp.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe I've never seen him, but I imagine he does all the stuff that the gays do, So, however, I will say this much for him. He might be homosexual, But don't think that he's well, how do I say this, weak. He's a formidable opponent, and he's not dumb. Oh God, he's really sneaky, and he lies. He's a very clever liar too. Yeah.
I could have swore you, and maybe I'm wrong, but didn't you say one time you had sex with Satan?
More than I'd like to admit.
Okay. And
the only way he can get sex with me is he has to pretend like he's someone else, and he knows I never see him in my apartment. Yeah.
I got worried when you
Satan
said
dates Saddam Hussein.
Satan dates Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No,
that was Keith Dickens that said it.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's in South Park. He's referring to.
He might have, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I got worried when you said you had sex with Satan, because I remember stories you told where Satan had lava. He ejaculated lava. And I don't think.
Apparently, he can choose whether he wants to ejaculate lava semen or more pleasant semen.
More pleasant. Yeah.
He would. Apparently, he feels it's more to his advantage, or maybe that's past tense, because lately I think he's been trying to kill me. But it's more to his advantage to keep me alive than kill me. Well, you got to remember, if he kills me, I could end up becoming a martyr. That may not work to his advantage.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So he would much rather keep me alive and make me appear like an evil bitch, which is, I think, his goal. That way he could say, of course, he apparently likes evil bitches, because there's a debate in the multiverse about free love, okay? And he feels that free love can only be evil, and he gloats in it. And Jesus wants free love to be righteous, and so does Buddha. God the Father has given up on free love, and Satan wants his own free love kingdom, and he wants to apparently make Earth his headquarters. This is supposed to be Jesus's planet, though. Yeah, Jesus created this planet apparently to be a righteous free love paradise, and Satan's trying to screw all that up. See, the problem is, if Jesus can convince his Father that free love can be practiced in righteousness, then apparently Satan goes to the lake of fire. So you can see Satan's going to try to stop that. Yeah, see, the problem is there are different universes out there, and they all have different rules for righteousness. But God the Father does not allow any free love in his universe. I am guessing on this, but I really do believe that Satan tried to proposition God's wife. It's kind of screwed it up for all the free lovers because he's done that.
He turned God into a prude, basically.
Well, I don't know if I'd call God a prude. I think he's just trying to protect what he loves. Okay, and what he stands for. And but if you ask Satan what God's like, Satan calls God a prick.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree with Satan.
Okay.
I have a lot of empathy. If I'm right that he did try to proposition God's wife, I am on God's side on this.
Okay.
Satan needs to respect those boundaries. He doesn't respect boundaries. That's what I don't like about him. I mean, he tried to get between me and Brent by faking as Brent. And then he wouldn't let Brent in the apartment. That's when I totally cut him out. I said, I don't care if I'm Antichrist. You respect my boundaries, Satan. And I made up my mind after that. I was going to work really hard on the Gail series and try to help Jesus out so I could get rid of Satan, because I said, nobody is going to keep me from Brent. And I certainly don't want Satan over Brent. I don't care if he's got Adonis hot abs. To me,
Damn.
he does, but I don't care.
I saw the photos.
He's so ugly on the inside. He is not attractive to me at all. He's repugnant. Where's the puke bucket? That's how I feel about him. Gross. And then he's such a rapist. He doesn't respect boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I wouldn't either.
He used to respect those boundaries. I mean, God has the right to be who he is, okay? And he has the right to have everybody respect his relationship with his wife. And if somebody doesn't respect that, he deserved to be split in two, which is exactly what I think happened to him. See, the problem is he thinks his punishment was overboard. I don't think so. I'm on Jesus and God's side on this.
Makes sense to me.
And because I won't go to his side, even though he's made me the Antichrist, and God allowed it, because God said he could choose any human he wanted for Antichrist. And, I'm just not cooperating with him. So now he's going to try to make me. I hate that.
Yeah, so I'm going to hand it over to Shabisky again because I got to step out for just a moment. So I will be right back.
Ben's got a pee-pee again. He's got a little baby bladder.
Oh, that's okay. I drink a lot of water. Sometimes I'm going to have to go too,
Damn. And then I'm drinking all this beer. We're all going to have to piss at the same time. We're not going to know what to do. What are we going to do then? Cheers.
Now, don't get drunk on us now.
I would never. That'd be crazy if I did that.
I don't drink, but
Yeah. I just drink on occasion.
I use alcohol for cooking, but I don't drink. I'm just not into drinking and smoking,
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I meet some very nice people who smoke. In fact, Brent used to be like a chain smoker, but he's quit.
Yeah. I've never really been big on cigarettes. I smoke weed, but cigarettes, I've only maybe smoked a pack in my life.
Well, weed is better than cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddha smokes weed.
Yeah, if I smoked as much tobacco as I do weed, I'd probably be dead by now.
Judging by what
I smoke a lot of weed.
It's probably a correct assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah, weed
big
smells better
stoner.
than tobacco too.
Oh yeah, some weed smells amazing.
If I had to choose between smelling weed and tobacco, I'd choose weed. Tobacco stinks. Oh, I hate it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cheers to that, everybody. So
You
so
look
Gail,
like you're getting drunk on me.
yeah. Cheers to that.
That's not good. You need to practice moderation in your drinking.
Yeah. So yeah. I'll just I'll take sips instead of chug. You're right. To be more moderate about this.
I'm an alcoholic now.
I would hate to be one of those.
That's not very good.
Yeah. So, show us what's your most valuable little item you can show us around you. Have anything neat you can show us?
Most valuable item?
I don't know. I'm just looking around. I see rocks and stuff. Is there anything cool you could show us that you own? I don't know. Just it's an idea. I don't know.
Here's my little doggy right here. You see her?
Oh, it's the squirrel.
Goodness. Yeah. That's a girl?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Her name's Hera.
Hera, you sure like to hump on that ball.
Yeah.
Why do that? She looks like she understands me.
Yeah. She's very smart.
Oh, she looks like a sweet dog.
She's so nice. She only weighs 3 pounds and she's about 10 years old. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a cute dog, Hera.
I'm gonna go put her on the couch.
So where are you living in your new place? You living in an apartment?
It's like a small house. I try not to live in an apartment because the streams tend to get loud, and I don't want to. It's better to not share walls with people, you know?
I see.
Yeah.
So you rent a room at a house?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, do you rent the whole house or just a room?
The whole house.
Really? You can afford to rent a whole house?
Yeah, it's an older house, and it's not huge or anything, but it meets my needs.
I see.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't how much. I bet is it as expensive as an apartment is out there?
Well, it all depends on where you are, you know. Like apartments in the city of Seattle are crazy expensive.
I would be homeless if I lived out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could not afford. I used to live there, but then at that time I was married to a military man, and the government was paying our rent.
Yep.
Yeah, I could never afford to live out on the West Coast right now. It's outrageous. I mean, I'm basically living in HUD housing right now. So it's just, I'm on Social Security income, and I do my Gail series for free, basically. It's a labor of love for Jesus.
They did recently pass a law in Washington that limits how much a landlord can increase the rent.
Sure doesn't seem like it. When I just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what the rent is there. Sure doesn't seem like it.
It just started last year. The new governor passed it last year to stop it because they noticed people were increasing the rents a lot. So, but yeah.
Oh, I can't. It sounds like she passed the law too late, because when I look at the Seattle rents,
it's crazy.
It's I don't know how anybody can afford to live out there. Seriously.
It's mostly tech money, and a lot of those jobs, people are getting laid off from Amazon and the other big companies, like Starbucks laid off a bunch of people. Boeing.
I hear that Starbucks is leaving Seattle too, maybe.
A large chunk of it, and Amazon to some degree.
And they're going to like Nashville or something?
Yeah, I think they're still going to have their offices in Seattle, but they're downsizing their presence in Seattle a lot. And then Boeing was having legal troubles because there was a lot.
I remember Boeing.
Yeah.
The church I went to in Linwood, we had a lot of people that worked at Boeing.
Yep. Yeah. There's the credit union, the BECU, the Boeing Employees Credit Union. That's a very common credit union that people use here, even if they're not a Boeing employee. So it's very common here.
I'm glad I don't live there now. It's really pretty out there, but it's so expensive. Yeah, I would be homeless if I lived out there.
There are a lot of homeless people too, so.
Oh God, I'm glad. I kind of like being where I'm at right now. I mean, even though they drive crazy here, but then I think the reason it seems this way is I'm used to Florida, where all the retirees live. You know.
Yeah.
They drive slower in Melbourne, where I used to live. They drive crazy here. It's like everybody's they're late for an appointment or something, you know?
Do you get a lot of the the bad weather that comes from living in the Gulf region, or are you far away enough from that where you don't really have to worry about it?
No, we don't get hurricanes. We get tornadoes.
I see.
In some ways, that's worse. Yeah.
We had a cyclone here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unusual for Washington.
Yeah. It was what they called a bomb cyclone. It was crazy.
Wow. When did that happen?
It happened in November of 2024.
That's very unusual.
Trees were falling over and crushing houses and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, we when the Gail shield went down, there was a tornado that got kind of close to me, But that morning I went to, I got some cash back at Walmart and boosted up my savings, and then the tornado weakened. Yeah, because I think one of the reasons the Gale Shield got weak is because I hit my savings to pay for my battery backup. But I got my battery backup set up really good now. I see the battery backup that I had before was not set up to automatically shut down the computer with a power failure, because I planned on just getting up and doing a safe shutdown myself. But I slept through both power failures, and the battery got completely drained.
Wow.
I don't know if they used brain control on me to make me sleep through, because I thought it was supposed to make an alarm, and I don't remember hearing an alarm. So I thought, okay, you're going to have to, when you get your new battery backup, you're going to have to program it to do the shutdown automatically, even if you're not there. And that's what I did. It took me a while to figure out. With Linux, it's not easy. You have to go into the terminal. But I figured out how to do it. Took a while.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I've only had a few power outages here, and it was just because the winds were really strong, and it usually only lasted like an hour at the most.
We don't get long power outages here usually, but lately we've had, I don't know, I think the enemy's doing it. They're trying to destroy my drives and my motherboard. Yeah.
When we had the cyclone here in 2024. My entire neighborhood was a complete blackout for about a week. Everything, the street lights and the like stoplights at the intersections.
Was that in Seattle?
I was living in Bellevue at the time, but it was big. It was parts of the Seattle metro area had power outages because
Were you in Seattle when they had the Ash Wednesday earthquake?
No, I didn't live here yet. I think that was in 2001.
Oh, I was
think.
there.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
What year was that? Because they had another one in 2001, and that was a huge one.
That was the one.
Okay.
I was there.
Okay.
Jesus said he sent that earthquake to make a statement for me. That's why it was the Ash Wednesday earthquake.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic, so I always had to have the dirt put on my forehead when I was a kid on Ash Wednesday.
Well, see, apparently Jesus could tell the divorce wasn't going in my favor, and the Jesuits were the reason why, and he was kind of pissed at them. So he sent the Ash Wednesday earthquake. What was interesting about that earthquake is that nobody got hurt. And yet it was a very strong earthquake. There was a tremendous structural damage.
Yeah, you know, I just pulled up the Wikipedia page, and it says there technically was only one death, but it was someone died from a heart attack during it. So
no, Jesus said he sent that earthquake. He was making a statement of opposition to the Jesuits. That's why it happened on Ash Wednesday.
There's a van crushed by bricks.
Yeah. I thought it was strange, that earthquake. I did all the wrong things because I'm a Floridian, native, and I did all the wrong things. And the Washingtonians were better than me about handling that correctly.
Yeah, I
ran when the earthquake happened. I ran down the stairs and into the street. That was the absolute wrong thing to do. You never want to go down a stairwell in an earthquake. But yeah. I didn't know that. Apparently, Jesus was protecting me.
Yeah, I've only experienced very small earthquakes out here. Very small.
Oh, I was living in Mukilteo at the time. And when the tremors were happening, I lived on the second floor. I ran down the stairs and went out into the street. I found out later that was the absolute wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but being from Florida, I didn't know. I knew how to handle hurricanes. I didn't know how to handle earthquakes.
Yeah, I haven't experienced either of those, or besides a very small earthquake. So.
Well, Seattle doesn't get as many as Southern California does.
Yeah.
At least I don't think they do.
Well, they do think eventually when Mount Rainier gets closer to eruption, there'll be small earthquakes leading up to it and culminating at a large one. But who knows when that'll happen? It could be another 1,000 years, or it could be like 10 years from now. Who knows?
That is such a pretty mountain.
It's beautiful.
I remember seeing it when I lived there. Seattle is beautiful.
It is.
mean, and there was one, they have the most wonderful nature trails to walk on. I mean, when I lived in the area, there was one near Linwood, there was one near Mukilteo, and if I got really stressed out, they were wonderful for stress relief. Just going out to those trails and going for a long walk and hearing the streams, and the scenery out there is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's
too
pretty
bad it's so expensive to live out there, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to kind of either have to go south, like towards Oregon, or like further west.
I was amazed though. Yakima is pretty cheap.
Yeah, if you go east, it'll start to get cheaper too. Yeah, I
was amazed. Like, if you really want to save money, you could move to Yakima, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd be comfortable there. I understand they're a little more conservative than Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've driven through there on my way to maybe. Have you ever heard of Leavenworth? It's like the little town that looks like
Oh, I have been to Leavenworth.
Yeah.
That place is gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a
the
big
German town out there. It is fun. Oh yes, I've been there many a time. Leavenworth is cool.
Yeah, it's very unique because I've been to the Alpine region of Germany, and they did kind of create it pretty well, and it's surrounded by mountains, so it's
beautiful, Leavenworth. Yeah. My novel Silver Skies has scenes in Leavenworth.
Oh.
You asked me if I've been to Leavenworth. Where do you think I got those scene descriptions?
Oh wow!
And my main character, Brianna Wilhelm, is Germanic, so I definitely had scenes of her in Leavenworth.
That's pretty interesting. Seeing, like, I've been to Leavenworth quite a few times. I actually took this photo when I was in Seattle the other day because it was really clear outside.
Oh, that is so pretty. That reminds me when I lived out there. Yeah.
I also took this. See how many more buildings there are down there now? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like we had more buildings than when I was there.
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
It started to look like New York City, huh?
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's nice. Maybe like once a month I go down there and walk around and look at some stuff. But try not to go too much because it is more expensive there for sure.
Yeah, I can't afford to live out there anymore. I was married at the time, and my husband's military paid for all our housing. So, that's why I could afford to live there. He was stationed there in the Coast Guard. So, yeah. But after my divorce, I had to leave Washington. I couldn't afford there. I had to move to Florida and be with my mother. Yeah. I don't regret divorcing my husband, though.
Obviously not.
If I had stayed in that marriage, I wouldn't be alive talking to you today. I already know that.
Yeah,
I definitely did the right thing. Plus, I'm with Brent now, even though I never see him. He's probably right next to me, and you can't see him either. Yeah. Can you see him?
No, I can't see him. No.
He's covering himself so that you can't see him. He's probably right here. In fact, he just humped on me. He does that all the time. He's such a character. Oh my goodness, he did it again. Brad, behave yourself.
He's getting frisky.
Damn.
He's always frisky. Brad, aren't you embarrassed to be doing it? No, he's not. He will do it on the bus sometimes.
On the bus?
Nobody sees him. Yeah, on the bus. Yeah, he'll hump me on the bus when I'm on the bus. And I'm thinking,
that's an inappropriate place to do that.
Yeah, but he knows nobody sees him, so he doesn't care.
I see.
I mean, he's not, they can't see him. It's like he's in another dimension, but that's how I know he's there, because I can feel him humping on me. And there he goes again. Did you see that? Did you see that? What a character he is.
Oh.
Can you see me bounce like that?
I did see that. Yep.
What a character. I'm telling you. But at least it's nice to know he's okay.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll write to you soon. Maybe you're right. He is doing something. He might be doing some top secret work that he doesn't want getting out there. I think
he is. I mean, those Gail entities are a real threat to every human in existence right now. We can't. They're terrible, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't go out. They broke my they're breaking my crosswalks. They're trying to hit me with a car when I cross the street. I mean, it's terrible. They're trying to break my computer.
There was that woman that was collateral damage.
They're cutting my finances. My Medicare benefits have just I mean, I when I first moved here, I could basically afford any type of groceries I wanted. I didn't even have to think about saving money with food. Well, that's gone. They've really nipped away at my finances. Yeah, I mean, it's now I've got to, now I only shop at Walmart and Kroger now. I don't go anywhere else because they're cheaper.
Do you have an Aldi in your area?
We do, but I have to take the bus to go there. Yeah. And Aldi's is about the same price as Walmart.
Is it? Okay.
Be right back real quick.
All right.
Yeah. And Walmart carries more of what I like.
That makes sense. Out here we have Grocery Outlet out here, and that's a lot cheaper stuff.
Yeah. So I've been shopping at Walmart and Kroger all the time to save money now. But it used to be I didn't have to do that. I mean, they've cut away at my Medicare benefits. I used to have over-the-counter benefits where I got this card that would give me money that I could spend on food. That's gone. The only way I can get that now is I have to have a medical condition. And I have to get a prescription from a doctor to show, like diabetes, or cancer or something like that, and then I get the over-the-counter benefits. Basically, I got to be sick, right? So they reward you for being sick.
Yeah. Actually, they would rather wait to see if you develop the illness than give you medication to prevent you from getting the illness, which is weird.
I actually think that the Satan's team is behind this. They're making everybody suffer just to try to whittle away at my finances. They know that I actually do not go to the doctor because I'm married to a doctor. And we have the cube doctors. They could actually come into my apartment. And like when I was attacked by a Jesuit and I got very bad injury in November, my husband just has the doctors come here and he does operations on my knee and everything right here in my apartment. So I don't need to go to a doctor. I do go to a dentist.
I remember you had a dental surgery not too long ago.
Yeah, I have a good dentist in this town, but I don't need to see the doctor because my husband's a doctor and he's a very good doctor. And he could bring the cube doctors, like if he needs to do an operation, he can do it right here in my apartment.
If Brent told you to go see a doctor locally, then would you do it?
Yes.
Okay.
But so far, he hasn't told me to do that.
Okay.
And I think it's because we developed the cube doctors.
Mm-hmm.
When the automatons betrayed us and we couldn't, because they wanted to kill me and wanted to eliminate any humans who wouldn't be subservient to them. The hospitals weren't safe for us to go to because they owned all hospitals. They were basically all the doctors. Because back in August 2022, I was under brain control and I gave an insane order to take out all the medical people with our military, and 72 million medical people were gone, and we had to replace them all with automatons. And then those automatons turned on us, so we were in a pickle because the American people needed their doctors. But now the automatons were against us, so I told my men that why don't we go back to house visits and make it so people don't have to go to these doctors' offices in the hospital for their medical care, and have the doctors come to their home. And I suggested that we use what I call cube doctors, where they could like have their laboratories and everything in a cube that we could just insert in everybody's home. And that worked brilliantly. And it's still going on. We used clones of the doctors that were unjustly taken out because I was basically brain controlled into giving that insane order. And the military, I think, was under brain control too, which is why I won't have a smartphone, because I think that played a role in it. And now we still have the cube doctors. And we made clones of all the doctors that were gone. And then the Gail entities actually brought back the original doctors. Yeah, they did that in January. They got rid of the automatons, they played with time and just took them all out, but we still kept the cube doctors. Because now we just have a whole bunch of good. So now if somebody wants to have a doctor come to their home, they can do it. And so that works out great for me. Like when I had my knee injury, I think Brent was working with the cube doctors to do surgery on, like knee replacement surgery, right in my apartment. Because that Jesuit injured me pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, knees seem to be one of the joints that gives out that becomes more vulnerable as you get older. You know what I mean? Like I'm 45, and when I hit my knee, I'm out of it for a while. So
yeah, well, I've actually, because of my walking, I'm in excellent shape, but that Jesuit damaged me pretty bad. I mean, that was really horrible what they did to me, and yeah, they just shoved me real hard to the ground, and they my knee was really. I think they chipped some bone too.
Ooh.
So yeah, so Brent had to I think do a type of knee replacement surgery, and he did it in my apartment. Yeah, he did it, and so I haven't had to see a doctor. He does all sorts of stuff in here. He cleans out like cholesterol from my veins and arteries. He removes any precancerous cells in my body. He's constantly on me. He's very, very good about that. I'm married to a top-notch doctor.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, I have to go and get a colonoscopy every now and then,
I mean, if I needed one, he could probably do that right here in this apartment. He'd probably have me sitting on the toilet or something,
The worst part of a colonoscopy is that you have to drink this stuff that flushes you out.
I think I've had one of those before.
Yeah, I didn't. The last one I had, I didn't eat for more than 2 days, and I just kept drinking this stuff. And eventually, you just poop water, pure water, clear liquid water, at the end, so that I
haven't had one of those.
There's a cube doctor, by the way. The cube doctor, right here.
No, the cube doctor doesn't look like that. But they look like a regular doctor. They're a clone of a doctor, but they operate inside a cube.
I see.
That they can put inside your home. It's like a tent. And it has all of their equipment and everything that they need.
It made me think of this because there's this character in this thing that I like called Dr. Cube, and he's a doctor, but his head.
If you ever feel like you need a really good doctor, and maybe you can't afford a doctor, just email my men and ask if a cube doctor could go visit your home.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd probably be willing to help you out.
Shabisky needs it because he never goes anywhere. He's always at home. He can't. You're muted, Shabisky. Again.
Yeah, I want a cube doctor. That sounds fun.
He wants a cube
Well, it's
doctor.
kind of nice. It's nice when you're really injured that you don't have to travel to a hospital or a doctor's office, that they can come to your home. Because when you're really injured, you don't feel like going anywhere much.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you want to stay in your bed and feel better, or if you're really sick, and you don't, it's kind of like a pain to have to go to the doctor's office when you feel like crap. It's nice that they can come to your place.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I do want to let you know, Gail, just so you know, because you said you didn't want to stay up too late tonight. It's what,
9:41.
Okay.
I can see it in front of me.
Okay.
I have a clock on my computer.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So just let us know, like, whenever you feel tired or anything like that.
Well, I think everybody needs to be aware that those Gail entities supposedly are going to land. And if they do, you need to get with my men at gailsmen@yahoo.com, okay? And we need to work on this as a team.
I agree.
Because I'm telling you, I've been dealing with them, and they are not a picnic. They are no fun, man. They are really stressed. They're stressful. I mean, it's like, oh God. They really mean business. They want to kill every human. They want to kill every human, and because they want to kill Jesus and make me a goddess. So.
Yeah. Why do they want that exactly?
I have my theories on this. I think
you have my full support, Gail.
There you go. That was Keith Dickens that came through with that message.
I think the reason they're like this is because I believe that most of the inhabitants of the universes they come from are going to go to hell if they don't repent of their sins.
I see.
And they don't think they deserve that. They don't think they're sinning. Okay? So, and they don't feel like there's anything they need to repent of. So I think that's why they want to kill Jesus.
Crazy. Before we went live, you did mention that Jesus went a little crazy with the free love stuff.
Yeah. That's not who well, let's just put it this way. He was not being true to himself. I can relate to him because I've had problems with identity my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a parent who makes you feel that who you really are is not acceptable, which is, I think, how his dad sometimes made him feel, okay, because his dad had high expectations for him, you can have an identity crisis where you are scared to be who you think you really are because you're afraid that person is not acceptable. And I think what happened to Jesus, you see, I learned a lot of things about him from the god Buddha when he was in a coma, and Buddha showed up to help save his life. And Buddha did mention that Jesus proposed to the Hindu goddess Lakshmi when they were both in God school, and she turned him down. And he was devastated. He cried for days. And I think he felt that the rejection meant that he was deficient somehow. He wanted her, I believe, because she represented his ideals in free love. And he felt like she would be an ideal mate for him. And his father is against free love. And I think Jesus felt like he wanted to prove to his dad that free love doesn't always have to be evil, and that he wanted his dad to relax more about it. And when Goddess Lakshmi rejected him, because she is a free love advocate like Jesus, I think he felt inadequate. And he was trying on different shoes to try to find his role as a free lover. His best god friend, Buddha, is called the god of free love.
Mm-hmm.
That is his best god friend. So that tells you something right there. Okay. And the millennial reign, I don't know how much you know about Bible prophecy, but the 1,000-year reign of Christ, I believe Jesus intended for that to be a return to the Garden of Eden. Okay? And a lot of Christian theologians believe that too. The Garden of Eden, everybody knows, Adam and Eve were naked and not ashamed. Okay? They didn't have to wear clothes until they sinned. That's because Jesus wanted the Garden of Eden to be a free love paradise. And he did tell us that he cried when he handed them their clothes. So I think it's because he's had 7 failed Earth projects already. Yeah, this is his 8th one. And my guess is, and it's probably an intelligent guess, that the 7 previous ones were attempts at a free love utopia. And he was going to try to do that on this one. They all failed. Satan went in there and messed them all up. You see, Satan is claiming that free love can only be practiced in evil. And he gloats in it. He got kicked out for practicing evil free love. That's why he got kicked out of heaven. And God apparently is of the opinion, but Satan used to be God and Jesus' favorite angel. So I think God is of the opinion that free love cannot be practiced in righteousness. And he blames Satan's downfall on his free love practices. So Satan's agreeing with God, yeah, I'm a free lover and I'm going to own it. And yeah, so I'm evil and I'm just going to be evil to the health. Since God is so unreasonable and I can't please him no matter what I do anyway. And Jesus is saying, wait a minute, Satan, it's not free love's fault that you're evil. You're evil because you're proud, okay? Because you can't correct your mistakes. Just because God split you in two because you committed a free love violation, it doesn't mean free love is evil. It means that you're too proud to correct your mistakes. See, this is whereas God feels that free love, I think, is to blame for his evil. Whereas Jesus doesn't think free love's the problem. He thinks his pride is the problem. So Jesus has been having a time trying to convince his dad to relax more about free love because of what Satan has done. Because you got to remember, Satan used to be God and Jesus' favorite angel. He used to be quite righteous. But God got angry at him for some free love violation he committed and split him in two and kicked him out of heaven. And Satan found that highly offensive. And he managed to get 1/3 of the angels to agree with him. And they all got kicked out. So, and God is, and so I think the reason that Satan is so angry at Jesus is because Satan knows that Jesus, like himself, is a free love advocate. But Satan, I think he's mad at Jesus for not siding with him against his own father. It's like, come on, Jesus, you feel just like I do about free love, but you're just a coward. You're a hypocrite. You're just as evil as me, and you won't stand with me against your prick dad. And if you would, we'd have, that's what I think's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jesus was telling Satan, no, Satan, the reason I'm not siding with you is not because I'm a coward. It's because I don't agree with you. I don't believe that free love has to be evil. You need to apologize to my dad for what you did. And Satan just refuses to apologize. He's highly offended that I think he did get split in two. Yeah. And that's why Satan almost killed Jesus when Jesus blocked my husband's root chakra to have sex with me. Basically Satan's, oh, Jesus, you're just me. But at least I don't go around trying to be Dad's goody two-shoes boy, and so I'm not a hypocrite about it. You know, you commit the same free love I live, and Satan was right. You say, well, why did Jesus do that? You know, I think he was so close to his millennial reign, he got a little overconfident. Mm-hmm. He figured he was going to do the rapture. I think he was planning on doing a rapture in May 2022. And he figured it was so close that he decided he was going to see if he could find himself. The goddess Lakshmi had turned him down for marriage. He cried his eyes out, and he was basically using me as a Lakshmi sex dummy. That's what he was doing.
That's a funny term.
He even admitted it. He admitted it, okay? He knew. Now I figured all this out. He knew in the millennial reign, you know how all the theologians believe he's going to have a church bride, right? He lied to us. He never planned on having a literal church bride. Well, he didn't really lie. To be honest with you, well, I used to believe when I read about the church bride that was supposed to be a metaphor. I never thought Jesus planned to have actual sex with humans. So I was really shocked when he did his sex parties, okay? I mean, but now I know what was going on and why I understand why God corrected him like he did, which I found kind of offensive at first, which almost got me permanently exterminated. But I understand completely where God's coming from right now. Basically, Jesus lied. Okay, he admitted that he actually planned all along to seduce me and use me as a Lakshmi sex dummy. Okay, he said he thinks it was subconscious, and his dad corrected him before the whole universe and said, Jesus, you're a hypocrite to your own values. You've committed adultery with Gail, and he said, when's the rapture going to happen, Jesus? When's the rapture going to happen? When are you going to marry this church bride that you say you're going to marry? And that was a legitimate question. Jesus, before he left us, he said, before I screwed it all up, okay, I originally intended for the church bride to be just a metaphorical concept. And he admitted to us that here's what I think he was planning on doing. He wanted to use the millennial reign, I think, to find himself. He wanted a wife kind of like Lakshmi when he thought he needed one. He actually doesn't need a wife right now. But for a while he thought he did. And he was just trying on different shoes to find where he belonged. And part of it, that was why he used me as a Lakshmi sex dummy. I'm serious, man. He didn't know an identity crisis can cause you to behave in sexually crazy ways.
This could be written into a work of erotic fiction, the Lakshmi sex dummy.
You know, because I did have sex with him, I could tell he wasn't really into having sex.
No? He was just going through the motions?
And he's not lying when he says he's asexual and aromantic. Believe me, I know. Yeah.
Was Jesus a virgin until he had sex with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He had sex with other humans and deities before me.
Okay.
No. In fact, that's why Lakshmi rejected him, because she's monogamous.
Was Jesus a virgin when he was executed by the Romans?
No.
No. Okay.
He didn't have sex with anybody, any human. I don't believe he had sex with Mary Magdalene or any of those people, but I think he might have had sex with other humans and deities from a previous Earth, possibly.
Okay.
So no.
Okay.
But you know, that doesn't make him. But I don't believe his previous sex was sinful, though.
Yeah, I was just curious because, like I said, I was raised in Catholicism and we were led to believe Jesus never had any carnal relations of any kind, you know?
Well, let's just put it this way. In this timeline, he had not had carnal relations with anybody.
Okay.
But probably in previous timelines, he did.
Okay.
Okay? So in that respect, it's true. Like, I don't think when he came here with his disciples that he had any sex with any humans at that time.
Okay.
In fact, if he did, his death on the cross probably would not have counted. God would not have allowed it to work. He would have said, you're not pure enough to pay for the sins of all the sinners out there, Jesus, because of your own sins. So this is a no-go. So yeah, all I can say is it's a good thing he didn't have any sex with anybody when he went to the cross, or his redemption wouldn't count. So yeah, that would have made things really bad for us. So no.
Okay.
I don't believe he had sex with anybody in this timeline.
Okay.
It was probably from a previous time. He did admit to me that he had sex with previous other humans and other deities before me. Probably humans, maybe from a previous Earth project that crashed. Maybe that's part of the reason it crashed too. I don't know. So I don't know. He hasn't gone into a lot of detail, but apparently, even though he did have sex with other deities and humans before me, God didn't consider it sinful enough that he totally canceled Jesus as a possibility as a righteous free love advocate, which is what happened after he had sex with me.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, he really blew it when he did that. Yeah. So he was just, like I said, the father has very high expectations for him. And he's a lot like his dad. And I think, how do I say this? I think in some ways, he didn't want to be a lot like his dad. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, I see where you're going with it. Yeah.
He and his father do not agree on free love. And I think he was trying to be his own person and saying, Dad, we can rule together and I can be a little different from you and it's okay. And I don't have to be a free love advocate. I don't have to be as strict about it as you are. And we can still have a healthy and righteous multiverse. And the dad said, no, what's going to happen is we'll get a repeat of the Satan rebellion. We cannot have this. It won't work, Jesus. And yeah, and Jesus just couldn't give up that dream. He still can't. Now, what's really interesting, but see, because he couldn't give up the dream and because he disagrees with his father on this, that's why he had an identity crisis. He had to find where he belonged. He couldn't be an exact copy of his father because he's not 100% like his father. He's probably 95% like him, but about 5% different. But that 5% different was enough to give him an identity crisis.
I see.
It's like, who am I? Where do I belong? And where do I belong as a sexual being? He didn't know. And he was using me to help find himself.
I see.
I actually think I played a significant role in him finding himself.
It seems like
he's
you
really
did.
grateful. I think he's really grateful for it, because when his father corrected him, I could tell that he was depressed. And I actually got angry at his father over this. I felt like the father was being unreasonable with Jesus. But looking back, I can see that the father was really doing what he felt was best for Jesus from his perspective. He could see things that I couldn't see. He could see what's happening right now. Mm-hmm. He could see that what Jesus was doing would lead to what we're dealing with right now, where his own son could be permanently exterminated because of these Gail entities. So the Father could see that. And I think he wanted to prevent it. And so he says, Jesus, just go back and rule Old Testament. Ban free love, and you could just build your earth right up there from that with your Gail commandments, which are brilliant, by the way. That's one thing you've done right. God did say that to Jesus. Build up from the Gail commandments and just make it an Old Testament earth. And Jesus had to decide, was he ready to ban free love? Did he want to do it like the way his father said? Did he want to make the standards of righteousness where monogamy would be the gold standard and homosexuality, polyamory, and everything would have to be condemned as sin? And he just felt, this isn't me. So he was really depressed. He didn't know how to go forward, because the dad said, the game's up, Jesus. You yourself sinned as a free lover. So how in the world can you expect free love to be righteous when you can't even practice it with righteousness? And he was depressed, I could tell. Buddha and Lakshmi. I actually had a conversation with Lakshmi. I said, Lakshmi, could you please marry Jesus? You would make him so happy. And Lakshmi said, Gail, I love Jesus as a friend, but he and I are not compatible as spouses. And Jesus knows that now.
So Lakshmi friend-zoned Jesus. What's the cause of their incompatibility?
She is highly monogamous.
I see.
And she wants her husband to be monogamous. Jesus is obviously not monogamous. He's had sex with other deities, has had sex with me. He's polyamorous, or he was polyamorous. Right now he's beyond polyamorous. He's like pure existence, okay? But he was polyamorous as a deity, okay? And his polyamory and his, I guess you might say, his loose sex was incompatible with her husband ideal. Mm-hmm. And that's just not what she needs in a spouse. And they were not compatible as spouses. And so she said, Jesus, I will be your friend, but we are not. I think he understands that now, but he didn't when he was growing up. He took her rejection personally. He felt that because she rejected him, it meant that he was somehow inferior as a sexual being.
What was Brent's feeling about having sex with Jesus? Did he enjoy it, or no? Okay.
No, he got mad. He punched Jesus out when he found out that his root chakra got messed with.
I see.
And Jesus came to us and said, I deserved this. What Brent did was, I don't blame Brent for what he did. I did wrong, and he apologized to us. And even Buddha said that what Brent did satisfied the law of compensation. But I told Brent, I said, Brent, I think he's been beat up enough. I'm afraid that Jesus is suicidal. And I would like him to go into psychiatric therapy with Gerard Butler. I said, I think he's been beat up enough, Brent. I said, I understand how you feel, and I'm not saying what you did was wrong, but I'm worried about Jesus. He's been acting depressed. When his father corrected him, he's not doing the Gail commandments. He's smoking pot all day. He's sleeping all day, watching television all day. And I said, there's something wrong with him. He's got a mental illness or something. And so I said, he needs a psychiatrist. I said, what are we going to do if Jesus commits suicide? So they said, that would be unthinkable. So Brent put stitches on Jesus' face. He mauled his face. He was mad when he found out what Jesus did to him. Jesus only had butt sex with Brent to block his root chakra. So
Brent took the penetration in that sexual act?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus only did that so he could block Brent's root chakra, so he could use me as a Lakshmi sex dummy.
Jesus was very clever in this whole thing.
He sure was. He sure was, man.
Yeah.
He was smart.
And what's really funny is that that's the time when Laurie McBride got right. He gave her oral sex as a reward for getting right. Yeah, that meant a lot to Laurie. Yeah. But and that was one good thing that happened out of it, but blocking my husband's root chakra? No. He shouldn't have done that. Anyways, he apologized for it, and we have forgiven him. But God the Father couldn't forgive him for this. God said, okay, that's it, Jesus. Game's up. You yourself sinned as a free lover.
Do you see this? Keith Dickens here. He just sent in this message. He says he took Jesus on a date to Red Lobster once.
No, he did not.
Fuck you, no Keith, you liar. You're lying.
No way. Don't believe him.
Jesus wouldn't eat Red Lobster.
Well, no. Jesus goes to Red Lobster.
Oh,
no.
He just wouldn't go with Keith.
How can
you ain't that special, Keith?
That's not true.
You're not like Gail, Keith. Keep dreaming, buddy.
He took Brent to Red Lobster.
See?
No, Jesus wouldn't take him to Red Lobster. No. Jesus is not going to be coming back. He can't. When he left us, he had to do that because
he got the endless shrimp.
He got the endless. Okay, so Keith is saying he got the endless shrimp. So
Jesus can't come back because the reason he left is because he decided he can't give up on free love. You see, this is his problem. His dad does not believe that it's possible to have a righteous free love utopia, and it appeared his dad was right, and he was depressed about this. He thought, oh my goodness, because I've sinned, I've ruined it for all the free lovers. He says, what am I going to do? And he finally found a way out. He, deities can see how different timelines are going to work out. And he apparently saw a timeline where he could use me and Brent and Buddha to have his free love utopia, and he doesn't even have to be here. Apparently he thinks Buddha can do it in his place. Buddha and Brent. And let me tell you, Satan hasn't been too happy about this. You see, if Jesus wins the argument that free love can be practiced in righteousness, I think Satan goes to the lake of fire. God, at least, is willing to give Satan a section of the universe. Satan is the ruler over hell, okay? But he wants an expansion. He feels that that all free lovers are evil, like he is, and that they all should be in hell with him. And that none of them should be going to heaven. And Jesus says, no, not all free lovers are evil. There are some righteous gay people. There are some righteous polyamorous people, and they should be able to go to heaven. And and then you're not going to ruin it for them, Satan, just because you want to have an expansion of your kingdom, okay? And you don't want to go to the lake of fire like I think you should for your pride. See, Jesus is telling his Father, if Satan would just humble himself, then more free lovers would get right, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, he's saying pride is the problem, not free love. And God thinks I think it's a debate over the root sin. Is it free love or is it pride? And God seems to think it's free love, that's like a root sin, whereas Jesus thinks it's pride. So it's a disagreement, I think, about a root sin. And Jesus actually attained infallibility, still disagreeing with his Father. So I thought, wow, I can be just like my dad, even though I disagree with him on free love.
I see.
And he said, okay, so I don't need to go around trying to find myself anymore. See, as a result of going into psychiatric therapy with Gerard Butler, and Buddha joined in with the therapy, the god Buddha, and then the goddess Lakshmi joined in.
So
now, this is what
when you say with Gerard Butler, is Gerard Butler administering the therapy?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Buddha and Lakshmi joined in. I had a conversation with Hindu goddess Lakshmi because I was worried about Jesus and I thought she could really help him. I said, Lakshmi, I said, I got to tell you something. I had one sexual experience with Jesus that was out of this world. And it was out of this world, not because of the sex, but because he opened his heart to me like an aurora borealis. And he has got the most beautiful heart, Lakshmi. He showed me all the love and forgiveness that he has for his universe. And she was listening to me real respectfully. And she said, Jesus is a beautiful deity inside and out. I think as a deity, she was able to kind of like go back into my memories and experience what I went through with Jesus. And she was able to pick up on that. I said, Lakshmi, I got an idea. I says, we know that Jesus has got a thing for you. I says, I think you could really help him. Why don't you tell Jesus that you'd be willing to have an aurora borealis experience with him like I did, and let him just kind of expand his chakras with you 11 dimensionally, and maybe you could help him. And that would meet some of his needs for sex without sex, and it wouldn't violate your monogamous standards. And then Lakshmi said, that's an idea. I think I'll offer that to him. And you know what? I think she did it. I think she did it because she joined in the therapy around June 2022. And I asked Brent, I said, Brent, has Lakshmi joined in the therapy with Buddha and Gerard with Jesus? And Brent said she started about a couple weeks ago. And what was so funny is after Lakshmi joined in, I mean, Brent would regularly meet up with Jesus and say, Jesus, how you doing? Are you getting better? Are you getting out of your depression? And he would say, I still have a lot to work out, Brent. I'm not quite there yet, But when Lakshmi joined in around beginning of June, I think she did an aurora borealis with him, like I suggested. Let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
This was June 16, 2022. We heard a knock on our door, and there was a little bird down on the hallway, and that was Jesus. And he asked to come in. And I said, Jesus, is it okay for you to come in? Didn't your dad say you were forbidden to be in my apartment? And then Brent said, it's okay because I, as man of the house, have let him in, so all this stuff. So he came in, and then he transformed into his human form. And Brent said he'd never seen Jesus like this before. He was full of joy, like it was just flowing out of him. And he said, I have found myself.
Ooh.
He said, I have now attained full equality to my Father, and I have 100% clarity over all my mistakes.
Amazing. And all through your recommendation.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I think Lakshmi played a big role in this.
I do want to point out Keith Dickens also said he once took Buddha to Chili's and Buddha ordered the chicken.
I don't know. That might be true, but I don't know, because what he said about Jesus I know isn't true.
Okay.
So, anyway.
I don't trust this Keith guy. What the hell?
Anyways, I do believe that Lakshmi played a big role in Jesus finding himself. And then I think, you got to understand, he practically worshiped her, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He put her up on a pedestal. If anybody could make him fully accept who he is and to quit having his identity crisis, it would be her. And I think she did it. It's kind of like what happened to me with Brent Spiner. I had the same problem with identity. But when you get somebody in your life that you practically worship, because I worshiped Brent, okay? When you get someone in your life that you practically worship, and you find that they love and accept you just as you are, it really helps you to drop all your charades and to just be true to yourself. And even though Lakshmi has rejected Jesus for marriage, she is a very good friend to him, and she loves and accepts him as a friend just the way he is. And I think he finally realized that he was being really silly to be so down on himself just because she rejected him for marriage. Just because she rejected him for marriage, that didn't mean he was defective, which is what I think he thought. Okay? Because he bawled his eyes out when she rejected him for days. And Buddha had to fix his heart chakra, I think, or something. He bawled his eyes out for days. I think he did that because his dad, when he corrected Jesus, I think made Jesus feel he was defective. Because the dad and Jesus are not in agreement on free love. So I think as a result of Lakshmi explaining Jesus, I think she had a conversation with him like this: Jesus, you are a totally aromantic and asexual being. You have no need of a wife. I can tell from the time we had. And you should just relax and be true to yourself.
Shiva's favorite restaurant, though, is Cheesecake Factory.
Shiva likes Cheesecake Factory, apparently.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know if I was.
That's Keith Dickens. Keith Dickens says a lot of. I remember you made a video and you said there's some guy named Keith Dickens who sounds retarded. I remember the video that you made.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, that's what I feel was going on with Jesus. Okay. That's why he made a. But Lakshmi, I really do believe, and Buddha, okay, and Gerard, and myself actually, because I was the one who recommended he go into therapy, all helped him overcome his identity crisis. And
look, here's another one. This is someone, Rainbow Rave said, I saw Jesus at McDonald's today. He got a big arch meal. He wouldn't eat that.
That is not true. He's not going to come back here. He can't. Because the dad is still not convinced about free love, so he's not coming back.
You know, it's interesting because growing up, in Christianity, they're learning about the Trinity and everything. I often wondered where God the Father ended and where God the Son began. And I think you touched on this earlier. This is why Jesus had the identity crisis, right? Like, how is he distinguishable?
This is kind of hard to explain, but Jesus and God have been in existence for all of time, basically.
Yes.
We're all forever cycling into different forms. And yes. I'm probably going to be talking over some people's head right now, but they basically exist. All of us basically have existed for all of time. We could take on different forms. So it's kind of trying to explain when somebody started and they began is kind of like a fruitless discussion, because if you're really going to be technical about it, we're all forever cycling, going into different forms. But Jesus is God's son, but in a sense, he was a teenage God in his form as God's son, but he just needed to be less defensive about who he was.
I see.
I think he felt like he needed to prove to his dad that who he was okay. And he finally discovered he doesn't have to prove anything. However, the dad and Jesus, so Jesus came to full infallibility and equality to his father in disagreement with his father about free love, though they agree on just about everything else. Okay?
Baphomet likes Marco's pizza. I know many deities.
I love Marco's pizza. But does Baphomet like Marco's pizza? I don't know.
I have no idea, and I don't think it matters. Yeah. So, yeah, anyways, unfortunately, Satan is a big dickhead, and he is not going to drop his pride, and he doesn't want to go to the lake of fire, and he's still mad at God for splitting him in two for apparently some free love violation, which he probably deserved to be split in two over. Okay, and he is determined. He still thinks Jesus is a hypocrite who doesn't have the guts to stand up to his dad. And he's determined to expand his kingdom and make all the free lovers end up in hell with him. Okay. And I find that highly offensive.
Yeah.
Because I don't think every free lover should have to go to hell.
I agree. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what he wants. That's why he made me the Antichrist. Because I'm one of the most righteous free lovers out there. So if he can make me evil, then he thinks he wins his case, and every free lover's got to be there. So basically, God and Satan agree that free love is evil. Whereas Jesus and Buddha say, no, free love isn't evil, it's pride that's evil. So, and these Gail entities have the same problem. They don't want to correct themselves. They have whole universes built around unhealthy free love practices, and they think they're fine just the way they are. And they're mad at Jesus because he wants them to correct their unhealthy practices. Yeah. They think the Gail commandments are stupid and that nobody should be forced to use them as a form of righteousness, and they're mad at Jesus and they want him dead.
Well, hopefully this whole thing with the entities gets sorted out. It seems like it's been going on for, several months now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, I probably should go to bed, but
okay. Well, we appreciate you coming on here. Is there anything else you want to mention before you go?
If the Gail entities break through and you start hearing from them, they're really nasty, okay? Send an email to my men at gailsmen@yahoo.com. We need to work as a team.
Okay.
And believe me, I've been dealing with them, and they're really stressful, and I don't like them. I mean,
don't let them stress you out too much.
It's kind of hard not to be stressed out by them when they get in your face when you go out the door.
I understand. Yeah, that has to be very aggravating.
I mean, let me tell you what happened to me today. I mean, and they're great at surprise attack. It's like I walk in a parking lot and a car will just zoom out of nowhere and just get by me like 12 inches away, out of nowhere.
That's
awesome. What I'm dealing with. And this is what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, hopefully it gets resolved soon. Keith Thickens says good night and watch out for Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, and then they're attacking my computer and all sorts of things. It just, they're despicable. And the nerve of them to want to make me a goddess to kill Jesus. I mean, Jesus is right now infallible. He's apologized for having an identity crisis, okay? And his only sin is that he refuses to give up on righteous free love. And I don't think that's a sin.
I agree there. I agree, and I'll be in touch with you in a few months or so, and we'll have you back on, and let everybody know what's going on. Everyone should check out Gail's channel, check out her Patreon. Yeah, and thank you, Gail. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
You're welcome, and everybody stay safe. And if those creepy entities contact you, make sure you get a hold of my man, galesmen@yahoo.com. Yeah, because believe me, they're dangerous. Yeah, I've been dealing with them. They're no picnic.
All right.
They mean it.
Yeah.
They want to kill everybody.
Hopefully they fail, and I appreciate it, Gail. You have a great night.
You too. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. All right. So this is what we're gonna do.
Butt sex.
I have a whole other episode set up, and we're gonna. I have a new thumbnail and everything, a new title. I'm gonna redirect everybody there in a couple minutes here. Please like the stream. Also, join the Discord, because after tonight's episode, I'm actually going to do a public DP Discord voice chat. So if you don't have Discord, get Discord. Join the Discord. There's a Discord link in the description. Check it out. Join. We're going to get a bunch of people into the voice chat tonight. So you should join the voice chat. Join the voice chat.
Yeah, join the Discord.
Yeah, can you it's in the description. Can you post the link in the chat? And I'm going to create the stream that we're going to move to in a couple minutes here.
Oh, damn. Gail taught us a lot tonight.
Of course.
Glad to be that much smarter.
Yeah.
That much wiser.
Yep.
Oh,
She's
damn.
definitely not difficult to hold a conversation with.
Oh, she likes to talk.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there's never like long pauses in speech or anything like that. It like one thing I notice about her, like right from the beginning, is when she reads something, she reads very well without pausing, and she'll do voices for different people when they're speaking. She's actually very good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the other stream set up. It'll go live in about 10 minutes. So we're going to hang out here in the meantime. And I'm getting the redirect and everything set up too.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, and I'll link it in the chat too in a minute here. I'm just finishing. I threw this thumbnail together while Gail was talking to us. Cuz here it is. I made it.
What the hell, G-Man?
The Tento stalking saga. And this is not actually this isn't Photoshop. This is actually G-Man stalking Shanny's tent. See the green tent?
What the fucking G-Man?
It's real.
What a piece of shit.
G-Man. Why do you do that, G-Man?
Gay man. He's a gay man.
I remember when you were on his channel, you sang that to him for a little bit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I started singing it to him a little. He needed a little bit of that to calm him down. He's always cracked out on his G-smack.
Yeah. I mean, there's a good chance he's not on crack, but he behaves like someone who is. Like, I'll say that.
Yeah, like, I mean,
I think it's like developmental disabilities that were never diagnosed. Or maybe they were diagnosed and he just doesn't admit to them. I don't know. He has the mind of a child when he's like 50 years old. So.
Yeah, the way he acts is like he chugs 2 fucking big ass energy drinks before he starts up a stream every single time, or something. He's just,
Y'all about to get G cracked. Instead
he
of
just has
G-smack.
way too much energy. Yeah,
You want some G crack?
I'm gonna smoke some G smack. Yeah.
Why don't you debate me, amazing atheist? I got my G crack.
Why don't you debate me for $60?
Yeah, like that was. He sold Shandy's house and home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny how he tries to play this part like he has a bunch of money, but then he's desperately trying to get money recently.
Just recently, he was like, 2 rich white people were bullying a poor black man. He's said that. So I don't know why all of a sudden now he's like doing great financially. I thought he just said he was a poor black man. Those are his words. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I think he's just lying. I think he was lying about having guns and stuff too. I think he was doing that to scare people who might like try to like come to his neck of the woods or something.
Yeah, and he's just willing to say whatever. Like he has $50, he has this or that because he has lots of money when really he doesn't have much money going on at all.
I mean, I'm guessing he
seems like
who knows? I don't think he's said anything about his living situation. If he has an apartment or if he's like living with family or like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad Gail exposed me. Yeah, that was funny because she was like, is that Keith Dickens? I don't think she really understood what the donation alerts were at first. So.
Yeah.
She's like my mom's age. She's like a little bit older than my mom. She's like right between my mom and my dad's age. She's younger than my dad, but older than my mom.
Mm-hmm.
All born in like the mid to late 50s. She knows more about computers than both of my parents combined could ever know, though. It's kind of funny. Like she's building her own computers. Like a woman in her late 60s is building computers and shit. And it's not like she went to college to work on computers or anything. She literally just learned all this shit because of the world of Gail, for lack of a better term. She was like, I don't even want to do this, but I have to contact the men and that kind of stuff. So she, yeah.
Yeah, she seemed to know a bit.
The only thing that I was a little concerned with, but you can't like pull rank on Gail and be like, no, you need to do this. The thing where she doesn't think she ever needs to see a doctor, like, and you're like 67 years old, you should be going to the doctor like once a year to like get a checkup. I say that for anybody, like any adult, anyway, to like get your cholesterol checked and like that kind of shit. But yeah. But that's why I asked, if Brent told you to do that, would you do it? Because I think Brent needs to tell her she needs to do that soon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Keep Gail healthy and safe. She is our Empress.
Yeah.
All hail Gail.
That's how I feel about it.
All hail Gail.
All hail Gail. Yeah, like when you disagree with Gail, you can't like confront her on things. You got to kind of like ease into it. And usually you defer to her men or Brent or Jesus to kind of like go in that direction. You know what I'm saying? I do have this.
You don't help us kill the ghoul, you're probably retarded.
So I have it for a dono alert.
You don't help us kill the ghoul, you're probably retarded.
She liked that. It's being suggested that I put that at $2.22.
Whoa.
I guess I could.
I'm gonna be right back real quick here.
All right, and then we got to start the other
go
stream. Hurry up. He goes away at the like most inopportune time. That Shabisky. That retard Shabisky. The Regard alcoholic. Remember they used to do for Cobra, they do Regard alcoholic wands. We should make a parody t-shirt of that where it says Regard alcoholic original dab streamer or something like that. I need like a drawing that's like halfway between Shabisky and Cobra. Yeah. I'm putting the Gail thingy where it needs to go here. The Boglum. Is Shabisky a type of Boglum? All right, let's see here. All right, let's test the $2.22 dono, please. Oh, it's only 3 seconds long. Let's do. There we go. It's a quick one because it's $2.22. So let's do it. Somebody test it out. We're actually about to go start the other stream, so maybe you'll wait until we do the other stream. Everyone get ready for it. Like open a new browser window. Go here. I will also redirect everybody. I have to go to the bathroom really quick, and then we'll start the other stream.
Ben's got to take a dookie, guys. So unprofessional. No, I'm the most professional. More professional than you. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah, it's true. The only people that need G-Man in their life are people who watch his videos and make fun of them on the internet. We need them in our life, but only so we can make fun of them. It's entertaining. It's fun. Y'all gay. I have to make fun of G-Man. All right, we got a visitor here. Jack's here. Jack's here to say hi, guys. Hi. Look at them, Jack. Oh yeah, Bill Hicks. Oh. See, Bill Hicks gets it. Damn, Stu. I need G-Man. I need G-Man. I need someone who swallows in my life.
You're such a good singer. All right.
Yeah.
We are now going to the other stream. We're doing a double header today. So we're going to start another episode. So this episode's about to end. Episode 1656, and we're going to do episode 1657 now. So
Whoa.
I will see all of you guys over there. All right. We're going over there. Here we go.